Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hoodie Jube back with another live podcast. And if y'all don't know, y'all will know, there's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube. How's my Who Dat Nation doing tonight, y'all? Y'all doing good? Because I'm doing good. And thanks again, Mr. Dynamite, for that sick intro, like I always started off. And there's no better way to start off the show than hearing that intro again. Hit him one more time for him, Jube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
Alrighty, y'all. Who dat to everybody in the chat. I'm about to read everybody's chats real quick, and then we're going to bring on the people for the round table, y'all. Who dat to Mr. Robert Clark, man. Glad you're in here, Mr. Robert. Who dat to Mr. Keen Nepp in the building. Who dat to JT. Who dat to Mr. Pickett and Flickett. Who dat to Mr. Jerry? Mr. Jerry, the OG, always up in here. What else we got up in here? Scroll. Okay, I think it's scrolling through the same people. Come on now. Gotcha. Who dat to Mr. Vernon Joseph, man? Who dat to you? Glad you're in the chat, man. We got Mr. Robert Clark again. Mr. Elite's in here, y'all. Who that to Mr. Elite? Who that to Rose City, man? Who that to you, Rose City? Alrighty, let's see who else we got up in here. Who that to you, Mama Jube? Who that to you? Who that to Gabriel Thomas? Who that to you? Who that to Viroski? What's my boy Ryan? Who that to you, Ryan? Who that to you, Saints 01? Who that to you, Saints 01, man? Who that to you? And let's see who else we got in here. I think that's it, everybody. But let me put the link in the chat. Tell me if y'all get the link, because for some reason I was trying to put it earlier in the chat, and people saying they couldn't get it. So please let me know in the chat if you see it, because I literally just posted it. And I'm going to share it on my screen right now, so hopefully it doesn't disappear on us, y'all. So I have it on my screen. So Mr. Jerry, click in that link real quick before it disappears on you. Saints 01, we know we want you on here, so get your butt up on here. Click that link so we can all talk some Saints football. But while I wait for everybody else to get on, let's introduce two of the people that's going to be on the round table already. Let's introduce, they call him Tyrese, but he knows his name by the last Saint. Bring him on to the podcast, Mr. Tyrese, man. Welcome to the podcast.
Greetings, everybody. What's up?
Nothing much, man. I'm about to introduce everybody on the podcast, so let's bring the next one on here, y'all. Everybody knows him because he will speak the facts, and he's going to speak the knowledge to you. Everybody loves him. Mr. C.T. Crusher. And I hit the thing, so there we go.
Greetings, salutation to the interwebs. Let's on this Saints Eve remember that unlike AEW, we will not be in full gear tomorrow with a couple of key players out. We're going to chop it up and wrap it up before the game tomorrow at noon. What's good, chat? Who that? Drop in, fall in, crush the like, share the video. It's going down. What's good, everybody?
It is going good with everybody, but guess what? Somebody else is drawing in for the round table. Let me play the video for the person because, you know, we got that video for him. Yes, it's Mr. Jerry, the OG, the one who will bring the subscribers to you. The one who will bring the subscribers to you. Jerry. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Jerry.
Big J in the building.
Acknowledge him.
Acknowledgement.
Like CT Crusher just said, may not be in full gear on Sunday, but we just got to go with what we got on Sunday.
Yep.
So greetings to everybody, salutations and all that good stuff. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, all that good stuff. What's good, Who That Nation? We got a game on Sunday. Let's get it.
Can't wait, man.
We got this game. And also, just to let everybody know right now, so I know everybody was picking the Titans over us right now because, we don't have no AK. Our quarterback's Trevor Siemian, so that's another reason why they're trying to pick against us. No Michael Thomas and none of them, right? We have CJ Garner-Johnson. He got put on IR today. But Nick Vanette and Ken Crawley should be coming off of IR. They said they put him off of IR, so they should be able to play this weekend or maybe the next game. But one good news for the Saints is that remember how they had questions all week about Julio Jones, y'all, maybe being hurt because of his hamstring, so he was limited. He's on IR. Yep, he's on IR now for 3 weeks. So we gotta focus on AJ Brown. So now we just gotta focus on AJ Brown.
I figured it, man. It's funny when certain players get big trades and big names, and you hear it, and people around the league react to it like it's gonna be so monumental. I'm like, oh, okay. Good job, Titans. Julio's not the same. Yeah, he's obviously a regressing player, athlete to me. Same with Stephon Gilmore. It's not the same player Carolina got. It's such an important trade. I never seen it materialize that way. But hey, more power to him. I'm not a hater.
You're not a hater.
I just call it like I see it, baby.
I would not want to hear that if I was a Panthers fan.
Huh?
I said if I was a Panthers fan, I would not want to hear you talking all that shit.
No, I'm sorry, pussycats.
Nobody don't want to hear all that.
It ain't my fault y'all boy Cam scam back. Ain't my fault Sam Donald sorry. Ain't my fault y'all got some terrible colors.
That's the difference between Pam Newton and Pam Donald.
The best thing about the Panthers is that that Panther that be on the goddamn field. It's awesome.
Yep.
I tell you, the worst is that CGI Panthers that they show.
That's what I'm saying.
That looks horrendous.
It do look horrendous. It look kind of creepy, but at the same time, it's pretty cool because it reminds me of the WWE entrances on television when they have the CGI graphics playing over the reality of the entrance going on in the venue. So it's it just brings a different little spice to it. I think it's fly. I ain't gonna lie, but too bad they sorry. And it's probably plaguing them. They probably need to get rid of that damn cat.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Some people are getting some people saying they running some people saying oh my gosh, Cam Newton back with the Panthers, man. Now we gotta deal with him again. I'm thinking dude, we know how to deal with him. We know how he scrambles. And I said, second of all, he's not throwing the ball good. He's not no passing quarterback anymore like he used to. So that's why I told people, why is everybody so worried about Cam Newton when we had him and we know how to play against him? And you seen what he did with New England. All they did was run the ball, and the dude can't really throw the ball. So why would we be scared? I mean, we know it's going to run to him or it's going to be to McCaffrey when we play against him.
And it's obviously not a Ron Rivera led offense, right? I mean, that's a whole different offensive coordinator, head coach. That's a whole different deal. Reports came out late that even Mac Jones was trying to help Cam Newton learn that playbook. A lot of people won't speculate about stuff like that, but where there's smoke, there was fire. So it probably was a lot of that. It probably wasn't as much as people, inflamed it to be, but it probably is some definite truth and deserve a lot of merit in that statement. That Mac Jones, being the system quarterback, being almost the most ready to go in, college to NFL translating quarterback, was literally, looking at different coverages trying to help Cam the scam learn a playbook. Bill say, get out of here. We're going to holler.
I won't lie. I am a Cam fan.
anyway.
Yeah. You say you're a Panthers fan?
No, I said
What?
I'm a Cam Newton fan.
Hey,
I
Man,
like Cam Newton.
I
let me correct that for you.
what's up?
That's a punk ass Panther fan.
Man, that's what he
Just to
is.
be clear.
Pussycat. Can't help it. Simply a
I won't
pussycat.
lie, man. We'll see how he plays. I know PJ
Yeah,
Walker
yeah.
start this week.
Look, Cam look awesome. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the dude's a beast. But sometimes it ain't about all the physical attributes when you've already owned somebody mentally. You got to understand, Cam Jordan sent Cam Newton wine and cheese after we dropped him off in the wild card a couple seasons ago. That's the
Yeah.
type of relationship we have between teams. That's the type of ownership we've had in the NFC South over the last couple of years. So we don't be looking at all that stuff like we worried about it, cuz. We got sorry. You know, it's not us being over arrogant. We just been there, done that type of thing. You know, so
Yeah.
Yep.
This
it
facts
is
pretty
what
much.
it is. Much love to him.
Yeah.
Hey, and then what's so funny? I don't know if I like. I don't know. I guess it's just funny to me, maybe to y'all. But don't y'all realize? Ever since Tom Brady signed with the Bucks, remember he was supposed to sign with us last year, but Drew Brees
Right.
said I'll play one more year. And then Tom Brady went to the Bucks, and now all the Bucks fans want to talk so much crap, saying because they won a Super Bowl now, get on our level. And I'm thinking like we beat y'all the last 6 years. We've been dominating y'all. And y'all gonna talk now because Tom Brady. And I said, first of all, if Drew Brees would have retired last year and said done with it, Tom Brady would have been with the Saints. And I said y'all would have never had a Super Bowl ring. So I don't understand why people was talking that smack like they were gonna have it anyway. And it's so funny how this was so funny because, like I said, one of the YouTubers was talking so much shit that day about the Bucks game, saying F the Saints, da-da-da. Man, it took them like 3 or 4 days before they went live again after they lost to go live. But I was like, I was curious. I'm like, they talking so much shit and acting like they so good. And all they got really that's helping them is Tom Brady. Because if they lost Tom Brady, he got hurt, they would be done with. So I was like, let me see when they started their channel. So when I looked at it, they started their channel the day like his first video was Tom Brady to the Bucks. So you telling me when Tom Brady came to the Bucks, now you want to start a YouTube?
Right.
Yep.
Crazy.
Just like those Chiefs fans when they won the Super Bowl.
Right. And that's one
crazy.
thing I cannot stand, dude, is a bandwagon fan. I mean, we didn't have a couple of them dropped in the last since week 1, but let's just be honest about it. Let's just be completely honest about it. You know, like the social deduction game amongst us. It's been a lot of them, and they've been covered up and discreet over these last 15 years because of our success. But now that we having these rough times and we looking for change underneath the couch to buy a pack of cigarettes and doing bad, they want to leave. It's all good. We don't need you. We're going to holler. We're going to be here good or bad. But that's one thing about it, man. A bandwagon fan is just a terrible type of person. Just a very Waverly type of person, ambivalent. And we've had, like I said, we've had a couple of them drop. But anyways, man, what's good, everybody, man? Do y'all have any type of expectation for tomorrow? Do y'all have any type of, dichotomy inside of, will we run the table? Will we play good? Will we play bad? How will we show up? In your hearts of hearts, do you think we really can win this game? Do y'all think we will win this game? What's up?
Like me, my thoughts so far, I feel like we got a chance to win any given Sunday just because we got Sean Payton as our coach. Like I told everybody, I believe in him. I believe that he can win it no matter who is quarterback, no matter who you got at running back, no matter who you got, at receiver. We're still going to find a way to win. Second of all, I like the tweet that I seen out today by Kawan and them and he literally tweeted out to Gardner Johnson because he got put on IR today. He said, heal up, my brother. He said, we're going to hold it down while you're gone. So I already know the defense about to step up just to show, like, yo, Gardner Johnson, you heard, we're going to hold it down for you, brother. And then second of all, some good news for people who wasn't in here earlier in the chat when I first started it up. Mr. Julio Jones got put on IR. So tomorrow, basically, you just got to watch out for AJ Brown and just make sure Tannehill don't try to extend the plays and run out the pocket too much, we should be good. Because I really, like I said, our run defense is so damn good. Our front four should be able to stop that run against Adrian Peterson and the backup. So, because there's no Derrick Henry, no Julio, I feel like the only person you're really worried about is AJ Brown, and I think Lattimore's going to be on him all day. So it's going to be like a DK Metcalf reunion, versus him, because they both about the same size, same speed. So I don't see why Lattimore can't guard him any different. And to be honest with you, in my mind, I think DK Metcalf's a little bit better than AJ Brown. So
totally.
So all around, like I said, I think the Saints can get a W. And like we talked earlier on Big Q show last night, the thing that I feel most comfortable is every time we lose to the damn Dirty Birds when we shouldn't, and we know we should have won, we always come back and we go on a big ass win streak and we start whooping people's butt. And then if you look at the schedule so far that we had early this year, everybody that has positive records right now, like Green Bay, the Patriots, who was the other team I'm thinking of?
Cowboys?
No, not the Cowboys. I'm trying to think of teams that we played so far. So Packers, Patriots.
I got
Bucks,
a stat on
Bucks
that.
was another one. I think the Bucks was another team, and then there might have been one more team that had positive. Seahawks were having a winning record till they played us again, then they lost. But with all these people that are good that should be beating us supposedly, because a lot of people we had out, we are destroying and winning. So I tell people, I don't know what it is about when we play against tough teams like the Titans and we play against the Bucks and we play against Green Bay. We know how to show up and just whoop people's butt and we shock everybody. But when we play the shitty team that we should beat the crap out of, we just don't. So I feel like they underestimate. And I think that's why we win, because we the underdogs. Yeah. And every time we the underdogs, listed as the underdogs, we always win. Just because I guess we feed off of that. So maybe we should be the underdogs every game. Everybody should say nobody can the Saints can't win at all, and then maybe we'll win every damn game, y'all.
Yep. Right. Totally agree with you. What you think,
so, Tyree? Yep, Jerry, Tyree.
No, I was saying that's how it's been last year and the year before that when we lost Drew Brees. I expect the Titans team to be dominated thoroughly. I expect us to win by 10 points, but controlling the game. I think the Saints will have a surge in the second half like we normally do. And CT was excellent about thoughts regarding running the table. This isn't a fake 5-3 team like like how the Steelers were last season, I think.
Right.
Because that record was fraudulent. Like that record was BS.
Hey, Von Bell knocked the success out of the whole season and Juju when he danced on that beat. It was over with.
Yep. Juju on that beat, boy, that was a curse. But look,
wasn't
man,
it like a Madden curse, dude? Stop the TikTok shit.
Right. But look, man, at first I had us going 13-4, with Jameis Winston, because he was starting to get real hot. Yeah. But, I got us probably like 12-5. I would say 12-5, being generous. 12-5.
Hey, to be honest with you, if we win this one against the Titans and move to 6-3, I feel like we can handle our business against the Eagles, and then we come on home and we play against the Bills. That's gonna be a tough one. But to be honest with you, we can still beat the Bills because the Saints, like I said, we know how to win. And I looked at it and I said, dude, if the Jazz, out of all teams, the Jazz can beat the Bills 9-6, then this Saints defense can definitely hold them to 6 points if we need to. So I can see us beating them. And then the next game will be the Cowboys. That's the team you got to watch out for because they got a lot of weapons too. C.D. Lamb, Amari Cooper, Gallup, they got weapons. So that's who you got to watch out for.
It's not even the weapons on the field. It's the coaches. Just like what we got. We got very, 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 very genius mind frames as far as coaching offensively. Yeah. I mean, Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, he like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I never liked him. But Kellen Moore definitely respect. So
definitely. But like I said, any given Sunday, I feel like we can pull this off, and win too.
Any given.
And then we got to play Carolina again at the end of the year. I feel like we're going to do that. I feel like we're going to get our revenge game on the Falcons and the Panthers. And then I think we have, the Dolphins. I feel like we can beat. Sorry, King Nap, but I really do think we can beat the Dolphins. And we got the Jets too. And I feel like we can beat the Jets.
Now don't take the Dolphins seriously because You saw what they did Thursday night to Baltimore in that Thursday night game.
They did.
I seen what they did.
Completely shocked and beat the
They did.
Baltimore Ravens.
They did. That's one of them
wins.
wins, dude. It's one of them showcasing wins of the 2021-22 season, dude. The irony is in. I mean, Vegas didn't got it wrong all year.
My thought was when that game was played, my thought was, okay, Baltimore's gonna go down to Miami and probably beat them by a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah.
The way I was
Man.
I'm like, when it was like 22-10,
I'm on my podcast.
Where did this game come?
What's wrong?
I'm like, what? So you can't take these Dolphins lightly because after what they did Thursday night,
yeah,
that's a team we may have a battlefield with on Monday Night Football 2 days after Christmas. So we have to see what happened in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, any given Sunday. So I feel like we can finish to be honest, we can finish 13 and not 13.
You just said that.
I think we can win 14. I think we can finish 14-3, or at the worst, if we have to finish anything worse, like we can go on a win streak and win the rest of these games. And everybody's saying there's no chance of us getting the number 1 seed. Any given Sunday's happening right now, and they showing you that. So if we win the rest of these games and finish 14-3, all these other teams got like 2 losses and 1 loss, and they can lose any given Sunday. And everybody's worried about, we're not going to get the lead over the Bucks. The Bucks can lose too any given Sunday, so they can come out the bye week and lose. So that's why I tell people.
And I mean, look, check this out, man. For me personally, I'm just tapering my expectations down for the rest of the season as far as long-term goes. And from what it looks like, 10-7 is going to get us into the playoffs. 10-7, which means we're going to have to go 5-4 for the rest of the year to get the playoffs. That's the only 2 records I'm going to focus on. That's the only 2 things that I'm going to worry about. Because if we do make it to the playoffs, that's going to be a testament to the resilience of the team in the first place. And Sean Payton probably is coach of the year. And that's where I'm going to go. That's where it ends for me. 10-7, 5-4 the rest of the way out. Very, 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 very tangible. So let's just take it. I mean, look, we still the 5th ranked scoring defense in the league. It's been an up and down year. I think it's been like the teams we've beaten this year over, records put together collectively 18-8. We've beaten them. The teams we've lost to collective records is crazy, like 11-15, something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's so unpredictable. I'm not scared or fear any team, so to speak, or any player. What I fear is the opportunity to have a mental lapse and lose a game at any given moment. It's not a team. It's not a player. It's not a scheme. It's none of that. I'm scared of the opportunities that you look back on because it's been happening time and time again to everybody in the league all year. So it is what it is. We just got to go out there and play, fellas.
That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. What's your thoughts, Jerry?
Well, after everything y'all said tonight, we already talked about it on Friday night and earlier this week. With Kamara being out, and Mark Ingram gets a lot more touches on Sunday, and quite a few other running backs to help him in that run game. I think we're going to be all right. If they just play it right, and God help the wide receivers. God help them.
Please, God. If you listening now, please, Jesus Lord.
I think they're gonna go off, man.
Catch the
please,
ball.
Jesus. Even if you
look, I don't care if it's Kenny Stills, I don't care if it's Callaway, I don't care if it's Harris, I don't care if it's a homeless bum out of Nashville. Just catch the ball for
please.
age.
Please.
Cause I mean, like you say, it's not Trevor Simeon's fault because the dude is playing well, but these wide
Right,
receivers need to be on the same page
right. And he got the
they ain't
bad
gonna get
rap.
no easier.
No. And look, when a player plays bad, he plays bad. When they get a bad rap, they get a bad rap. And I seen a lot of people last week giving a lot of flack to Trevor Simeon and didn't understand that we had so many drops. We had 8 drops during the game. We should have been ahead of the schedule. We should have had points way earlier in the game. I do appreciate them coming back in the second half, late in the third, fourth quarter, making some tough catches. But you overworked your damn self because you shouldn't even have to be doing all of that if we could have just stuck to the schedule and caught the ball when you're supposed to. I mean, that's been the tell of the whole year, so we should get used to it. But I tell you what, I don't think I'll ever get used to seeing a professional football player look like they in the Pee Wee. Wasn't that the movie Little Giants when they caught the ball in the face mask thing?
Yeah.
Can we have one of those moments this year, please? Something. Please, catch a ball. Catch
Yeah,
a
Marcus
ball.
Williams.
It's
Marcus
got to be
Williams
kind
was
of.
like 2017 that missed tackle
It's got to be kind
against
of like
Cordell
that.
Patterson.
It's gonna be kind of like that
Yeah.
Little Giants moment too. You don't remember the Little Giants movie when
Yeah.
they finally got the 1 yard, and the whole
Yeah,
crowd's cheering.
yeah.
When we get that one catch, one catch.
Oh hell no, that can't be us.
Going to Disney World. I know I will be.
I'm switching to the AFC, bro. Hell no.
Man, I know I'll be. I'm going to take it very simplistic for the rest of the way out. You know, temper
but to be honest-
the expectations, and I just want to see players go out there and play, period.
Hey, to be
That's
honest
it.
though, I mean, have you seen this though? The receiver room didn't look too good in one game, but then the next game they showed out. We haven't seen yet this season where the receiver looked bad, and then the next game they look bad again. They like cleaned it up in practice, and then next week they look good. So
Yeah.
this week might be the week they go off again.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it because they did good against Green Bay. Then everybody was sick and hurt, with the COVID and all that. With the Panthers game, we lost. Well, then we come back and look good against the Patriots, and then we came back and looked bad in that game against the Giants. I mean, people did show up and catch, but with the defense that basically didn't show up in the second half. And then you go to, I think it was the Washington football team, and they looked good. And then we went to Seattle, didn't look good. And then we came home to the Bucs and looked good. And then we came last week and get the Falcons and looking bad. And now we coming back up again. So I'm saying it's kind of like a back and forth.
I can't do it.
PT. That's why I'm so positive about the season. I mean, okay, the stigma is that the Saints are going to lose to bad teams, and we're going to beat the teams that we're supposed to lose. Look at the schedule.
Yeah.
This schedule tough as hell. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and you very good point. We got the I think we sit at 11 in rankings as far as strength of schedule right now. I think 40, 42, 44 with in the record. So yeah. And
hey, Crusher, and I need you, Jerry, and I need Tyrese, and I need the chat to listen to me on this one though. Just hear me out. Did you know since we have won the NFC South last year, that the Saints had to get the toughest schedule, right? However you finish in your division, that's how hard your schedule is going to be next year. So, if you finish number one, in your division, you're going to get the hardest schedule than the team that finished behind you. And, if you was last. And just to be honest, to be behind, so that's what everybody was saying about the Bucs. They got so lucky because, hey, you're not just starting the playoffs after getting whooped at us, and we won the division. Y'all won the playoffs and y'all won the Super Bowl. So now y'all coming out the Super Bowl year getting an easier schedule than the Saints because of that. But look at y'all that we're only one game behind y'all basically. Right. One game behind y'all, and we got no starting quarterback in Jameis Winston. We don't have our starting receivers. We don't have our starting running back right now. So this is going to prove it. If we can win this weekend, that's going to prove to you how good this damn team is and how well coached it is. And that's going to make people more think over it because just look at it. We got a harder schedule than them. And if we finish with the same record this year as them and win the NFC South again with a harder schedule and barely no players, star players, that's going to show everybody something, and that's going to shut up these people.
Straight up. And the irony is there. The opportunity is there. We just got to go out there and execute. I think pretty much every team in the league this year has had one of those getting their ass whooped games and whipping ass games. So everybody's experienced it. I mean, you've seen it time and time again. A team come off an emotional high, emotional victory, come out flat, throwing duds and stinking. So it's a mentality thing. It's a league thing. I don't even necessarily think it's a Saints thing, but we gotta. I wish we could just show the consistency, and so we know what we get, and go from there. But obviously, long season ahead. But I think the Tennessee, I think they got like 19, 20 players on the injury reserve, which it's not like every player that's injured is starters. It's a lot of their depth. I mean, of course, Derrick Henry being, the most important one to me. Julio, whatever. I don't even care. Like, I don't care. Okay? Sorry, Julio fans. Sorry, whatever. Never, I wouldn't even trade it for Julio Jones. But
All right.
no disrespect, but they losing a lot of depth. They pretty much in prime position to get that ass whooped tomorrow. So they need to understand that. Period.
And then they just lost that, and they lost that receiver too. Remember Josh Reynolds, I think his name is, who asked out. He asked for release. So I mean, he just released. Yeah, I think the Lions called him on the waivers. So I mean, just thinking, you just lost a receiver that was pretty good because he just wasn't getting enough touches because of Julio, and now Julio's on IR now, and that's the same thing I want to bring up right now with y'all. Look at that. I know we all pissed off as a city and shit about not getting Odell, and he goes to the Rams out of all teams. But this is how I look at it, and I told everybody, this is how I feel. Maybe this is the right decision for us. Because, look, we don't have AK this weekend. We don't have our star quarterback that we wanted, Jameis Winston or somebody. We don't have Michael Thomas in there in the offense. So, maybe letting Odell go to a team to where, hey, he's got a side at making it to the Super Bowl with the Rams. Hey, let him do that. Let him win the Super Bowl. And then next year, when we have our quarterbacks, when we have our receivers, when we have our whole team back, then he might come home. Because he only signed a one-year deal. So, that's what I looked at, too. And then I looked at it today, and Robert Woods tears his ACL. So now it's only going to be Cooper Kupp and him. So now so I said maybe it was a good thing Odell went there now. Because look, now he gets to be the hero there, even though we could have used him here because we had no receivers anyway.
But it's so weird because Odell signed with them, I think, before this happened.
Probably did.
So who told Odell it's going to come out?
I want to know who did it, though, for real.
What you did to Woods now. I know you said you want your targets, you wanted your attempts, you wanted to be the main guy. You sabotaged that boy. You ran over him like Rikishi did Stone Cold back in the Attitude Era. It's going to come out. I did it for The Rock. Y'all remember that? Y'all probably don't. And I'm just, look.
I just know how big Rikishi is.
Hey, look. Check this out, though, bro. Odell Beckham screamed and whined and complained and decried about targets, not getting the ball, wanting to be the guy. You feel me? All this and that. But then you go to a team that already got firepower. So somebody that made the decision. What up, brother?
I said he even had a fit with that little field goal.
The net?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the downfall, bro. That's so funny. He fell in love and divorced the same game.
Hey, Jerry and Crusher. Hey, Jerry Crusher, we got another person that wants to join the round table. And
hop on in.
Let's bring that person on. And that person was in the chat just now talking to Jerry and everybody up in here. Let's welcome to the Hoodie Jube Live Podcast, Miss Anna.
Anna.
Oh, and she hopped off.
Oh, no, Anna, you can't be doing that. You can't crank that. You will not crank that, because you better call us.
Let me put the link back in here for you. Let me put it in here again. So anybody else in the chat want to hop on in on the round table with us? You're more than welcome. I put it in the chat for us again. What about you, Roski? Come on, Ryan. I know you want to come on here and give us your thoughts on the Saints. Come on, Ryan. I'm calling you out. What about you, Goldface Gorilla? Come on, we want to hear your thoughts too.
Gorilla.
We want to hear everybody. We want to hear everybody's thoughts.
Everybody hop on in this thing.
Yep, we like to hear everybody. So,
Miss Anna, we here.
yeah, try again, Miss Anna. Try it again if you can join on in here. And then I know Tyrese is probably going to hop back in here. I think it kicked him out. All right. So, while we wait for some more people to come on in here. Oh, hold up. And they just joined back in here. Let's try to get Miss Anna back on. Miss Anna, welcome.
Hey, Miss Anna.
Hey, Miss Anna.
Who that? Can you hear us?
Hi, Hamadi. Oh, see this mood, Hamadi? Let's see.
Miss Anna, you there?
I think she's trying to get her stuff to work.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yeah, so she logged out again.
Hey, I tell you what, my first time trying to hop on Melon, it was terrible. So, shoot, it's gonna work eventually.
I want to hear from it. I want to hear from Miss Pammy Whammy one day. You know, we started a dance show and everything for her,
Miss
That
Pammy,
Pammy Whammy.
come on in the
and we haven't heard from Miss Pammy yet.
Where's Saint?
Come on,
Where
Pammy.
Tyrese went?
Tyrese, I think he logged out. Like, got kicked out by accident. I bet you.
Oh, okay.
I really want to know where the heck our council is at tonight. Where's Miss Tess at?
Yeah, where is this?
Where is the council?
I haven't
Where you
seen
at,
that in a few
Tess?
days, actually. Tess, you out there in the interwebs. Greetings, salutations. Who that?
This is a test.
Come on, Roski.
We
Come
are
on, Mr.
here.
Ryan. Come on, Ryan. You know you want to talk some football with us.
Wherever
Yep.
you are.
Y'all please go hit that like too.
Yep, make sure
Who
y'all
we
hit
got
that like
here?
button for us.
We got Jasper. We got V. Roski.
Anybody,
Yep.
come on in. Y'all know y'all want to chop it up. Yo.
Look, man, just come on in this thing. Give
Hey,
your
that's the
spiel.
crazy thing. That's the craziest thing, though, huh? Everybody would chap it up in the chat and type when you can just talk right here.
Right.
Come on
Live.
Right.
in the room.
And I can't really type. My finger's too fat. And
My finger's
I
too
can't
big,
see
too.
it.
I feel the same way.
I definitely hate typing. Especially stuff that, is pretty elongated and, it's not like a quick thought. So
I'm used to it, so hey.
I'm not a good typer, bro.
Where's our boy
Not
Saints
on-
01 tonight, too? He was in the chat
Yeah,
earlier, and I don't see him. Where's Saints
Yeah,
01
Saints
at?
01. I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
Trey.
Yeah, he was here. He was here.
That was saying he wasn't here earlier.
Come on,
Let's see.
y'all.
Oh, I'm just seeing Mommy
Uh-oh.
Jube.
Y'all heard that?
kick it.
Y'all heard that? Yeah, hey, y'all, look at this. Look at my boy Ryan said. All right, y'all convinced me. So he's going to hop on.
B. Roski.
Come
on and Rosk over here and get
All right, hold on.
your thoughts and opinion. Yeah.
Hold on, I think we got Miss Anna back in here. Let's see if we can get Miss Anna back. Hey, Miss Anna, can you say something? I think it's got her mic. I think it's trying to read her mic. Yeah, because it finally highlighted it. Hey, Miss Anna?
I could have swore I heard her. I heard something.
Yeah, I thought I heard something too at first.
Yeah, me too.
I could
Uh-oh,
have
hold
swore
on.
I heard
Miss
something.
Anna, you there? You there, buddy?
We're not just killing them. We're gonna.
Nope, it logged out again. Okay. For some reason, it's not picking up her sound. Like, I thought it picked up her sound, but maybe it didn't. But let's try this person right here, Mr. Ryan. Mr. Ryan, you there?
Hey, what's up,
B.
y'all?
Roski.
Yep, there we go. You can hear him.
How's it
Greetings.
going?
Ryan!
Salutations. Who that to you
Good.
on this Thanksgiving Eve?
Who that? Who that?
Greetings
Who
to you,
that?
brother.
Thank you for joining us.
What's
No
good?
problem. First time on here. It's nice.
Yes, indeed. What you since it's the first time, what's been your mental state this season, and what's your thoughts on tomorrow?
Oh, man, it's gonna be tough. Especially with Kamara out. I feel like it's gonna be tough getting points, but I mean I really like Trevor Siemian. I really do. I think, I think he'll get us through the season. And I mean, if we can get separation for the receivers, I think we can win this game. I mean, I think our defense will show up. I mean, I don't know. Especially with Julio out, I feel like we got some breathing room now, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like NFL is like anything can happen. Everyone's a professional athlete, you know. Anyone can just, you know, show up to a game. So it's like, you
Yeah.
know,
It's the matchups, the mini games inside the mini games that
exactly,
make the biggest difference. And
exactly.
people don't see it until it happens, you know. So definitely,
Yep.
definitely. Schemes and teams, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Scheme over team. If you play Madden, then I think you
Yeah.
know the phrase. Scheme over
Mm-hmm.
team. Hey, even with AK, you know, we've been a bottom feeder in scoring on rushing and passing. I think we like 27 in passing
Yeah.
points, something like that. Maybe 18th or maybe the 20th or 21st ranked scoring rushing. You know, so it's been an issue getting points this year. Whoever we've had, we've just had so much inconsistency. But
Yeah.
yep.
where we've fallen at is where our defense has kind of picked us up. Not so much in the passing. I think we are 27th in passing yardage, but
Mm.
we rank number one in rushing yardage. We rank number 6 in rushing touchdowns, and we rank number one right now in yards per carry.
There
So
you go.
we've had a lot. We've had the ultimate highs and lows on both sides of the ball, and been playing very very complimentary football. We also, y'all ain't noticed, we're the number 2 ranked team in field position, in starting field
Really?
position, and we're the number 6 ranked defense in starting field position. So you know
Nice.
what beats a lot of players when everybody's talented and athletic? You know what beats them? When they're stupid and when you can
Mm-hmm.
outsmart them. That's what we got. Very cagey, very rascally, very resourceful coaching that's been keeping us afloat. So
Yep. Hey, and
Yeah.
to be honest with everybody too, this is where I see it. I think it's a lot of bullshit where they judge people and they say, okay, I think the Saints are gonna lose today because they were like 31st, you know, in the league on passing offense, and they, I don't know, 20th in running game and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like, okay, if we that bad and you think we're gonna lose because of that, why is our record so good compared to other
yeah,
teams that might have higher passing and higher this? But like Mahomes and them, you know, their
exactly.
offense is gonna be high passing, but look where their record's at. Their record's worse
Yeah,
than us,
Mm-hmm.
even though their
yeah,
passing is better. And that's what I tell people: you don't have to have the highest passing offense and the highest running offense to win
no,
because
you don't.
because
No,
I mean you don't
Yeah.
have to, like, you can have you a Derrick Henry on the team doesn't mean you're gonna win just because you got Derrick
yeah,
Henry. So
yeah. I mean, and a lot of stuff distorts that too. I mean, when I say the passing, you know, we rank so low because of the yardage. You know, it's been a lot of chunky plays. That really hasn't been a consistent mental lapse or bad, you know, defensive back play or
Right.
communication. It's been chunky, fat plays out of nowhere that distorts those numbers, that gives
Right.
you just a very, you know, inaccurate story of you know, kind of what we've been doing. So, you know, the numbers are not everything. They
Yeah.
certainly are not everything.
They
You
don't tell
know,
the full
especially
story.
the
Yeah.
most popular ones. So
I totally
yep.
agree.
Let's bring
Totally.
on Miss Anna again. She's trying to log back in. Let's see if we can get her this time to hear. Hey, Miss Anna, you there? Hey, Miss Anna, you there?
and
For
Miss
some reason, we
Anna,
can't get her sound.
I don't know, man. That's that mailing app, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it is the Melon app. I don't know. I mean,
No,
it's working for some people. You know, I think it works for some people, and some people just don't want to pick up their mics for some reason.
yeah. No,
Cause remember,
I'm just
I wonder if she's having the same situation we had that one time with Crusher and somebody else. Remember when we had to reset your
yeah.
whole damn thing just
Yeah.
to pick up
Miss
your mic?
Anna,
So
matter of fact, yes, ma'am. If you can't hear me, try to just close everything out and completely restart your whole phone. and see if it allows it. Because for some reason, it
Right.
seemed like the permissions that I was trying to ask my phone to give to Melon, Mike, and camera, it wasn't getting allowed until I restarted my phone. So
Mm.
Yep,
Yeah. That might be the best option right there.
it
yeah,
is. So, so to be honest with everybody, I really do think because you know how Sean Payton says he loves his receivers that he has.
yeah,
Just wait because like you seen what Callaway did last year, right? As a rookie, he did a lot of good blocking. And
yeah,
then like two of the games, especially against Carolina, he balled out for catching while Michael Thomas was out. And we
mhm,
saw what he did. He made an improvement this year, especially with the deep catches down the field. In preseason when James came along and stuff like that. So you can tell each year he's getting better and better.
yeah,
And I tell everybody, wait till next year till Michael Thomas comes back and healthy. And let's say we go get somebody like Odell next year or somebody, just a legit number 2 receiver. How do you think Callaway is going to be on the field against those number 3 corners and stuff? Because he's going to keep improving. And Deontay Harris, he's going to keep improving like he's been doing.
yeah,
So I
Yeah.
think that's why Sean Payton said he likes the receivers. You just got to give people development time because he likes the receivers that are undrafted that can make big plays and explosive plays like that than getting somebody like in the first round knowing like
yeah,
damn he can be a good or he can
Yeah.
be a bust. Because I mean look at Kevin White that we got now on the team. He was a first round pick and was a bust because of injuries and it was basically this injury. It wasn't that he couldn't catch a ball. It was his injuries that held him back. And he hasn't played in so many games in years because of the injuries. And now
yeah.
that his
Well,
injuries are kind of behind him, it looks like, and he's finally
hopefully,
got his injuries under control. Now he needs to just hold on to the ball and catching it.
yeah, when he can take advantage of his opportunities. And
Yep.
to be honest with you, I think when Sean Payton says that he loves his wide receivers, I think he just loves the concept of getting cheap receivers and making them superstars because literally he's done that with every receiver he's ever drafted since 2006. I don't think he loves the players. I think he loves the ideas of the players because they perfect opportunities for him to have cheap, efficient receivers like he did with Drew and all of the other receivers we didn't have through our tenure. Hell, do y'all realize we had a goddamn beer truck man come on the field and was successful in the NFL, dude?
Talking
I
about
mean,
Michael
so
Lewis.
and Michael Lewis, the legend, crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Big-
that's
Yep.
kind of been one of Sean's little quirks of his coaching
Yeah.
career is taking cheap resources and maximizing them to get full
Yep.
potential. They
Yeah.
haven't really produced this year. I don't think Sean Payton believes in them that much. What I do think he believes in is the opportunity to have more capital to get somebody else next season or just
Mm-hmm.
his decisions he makes.
Yeah.
Not so much of an ego thing because I love my coach, but he doesn't love them receivers. He's being very diplomatic when he's saying that, and he know that we cheap and can't afford nobody. So he's just trying to be as diplomatic as he can be.
Mm-hmm.
And I've personally not said anything since I've heard it, since the beginning of the year. But I'm going to be real with y'all, and I hope y'all don't vilify me. This is not a heel turn. I'm not turning into, Stone Cold after WrestleMania 17. But I do not think Michael Thomas will ever be in a black and gold uniform in his career ever
Mm.
again. And I do apologize to everybody. And I would love for people to, change my mind on that. But the gray hair y'all see is for no reason. And it's just been too many inconsistencies with the story.
Yeah.
So I'm not even depending on a hope for Mike.
Yeah. It's
I'm not.
interesting with Mike Thomas, like how the injury was. They knew before the trade deadline, and then they chose to release all that information after the trade deadline. It was
Right,
almost like
Yeah,
wanting to keep it away from other
that is true.
teams so that way they could
right.
shop what his trade value was. I mean, he probably doesn't have a high trade value right now with him
True.
being hurt, but I think that was
Yeah.
definitely a thing. But I mean, from the beginning of the season, I mean, it's like I don't know what we would do with Mike Thomas, like, and I would love for him to, if he would have come back and balled out, but at this point, it's like, I wouldn't be opposed to him coming back and next season and picking up right where he left off, but I mean that might be wishful thinking. So I mean,
Yeah, man.
I'd hate to like sell him though for like I don't know, like something cheap. I don't know what his value's at right now, but I'd hate to like let him go for something, for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
though, to be honest with y'all,
Yeah.
this is how I see it. To be honest with y'all, he's been hurt since last year, right?
Ryan,
Remember?
that's a very good point for testing the waters. Not necessarily giving teams the opportunity, but kind of standing by that cute girl and saying, "Hey, I like to play putt putt," and you're right. Not necessarily talking to her though, but that's a
Right.
good point. I didn't think about that. My bad, you.
Right.
You good? Just to be honest with everybody, though, this is how I would like to say it, and this is how I see it going. I see him getting healthy because I like his tweet that he sent out to everybody saying he's ready to get back in front of the best fan base he loves, which is us, playing for us. He wants to be 100% healthy before he can be back on his feet doing what he does. And if he does come back, why would you trade him next year, and why would you get rid of him for nothing? Because you're going to hit the salary cap that's going to be high for you to get rid of. We already know we're going to be in cap space anyway. You're going to do that. And then second of all, people's going to look at you and be like, yo, I'll give you a second or maybe a third round for him because, he hasn't played in almost 2 years, so why should I trust you to give me him? So what I would want to do is to play him for next year, keep him next year at least, and see what he does. And if he comes back to his normal self, then boom, you keep him, and you don't have to do it. But if he's not productive, but he's, pretty good, and he plays, then people can say, okay, look, he looks kind of like himself a little bit. Maybe he just doesn't fit with y'all anymore because Drew ain't there and blah blah blah. They can make up excuses and still give us a good first or second round pick. But if you're not gonna give us anything high for it, you might as well keep Michael Thomas because I feel like he's still gonna come back and produce. Because, like I said, I really do think some of it was on the coaching's part because his ankle would have never got hurt if Sean Payton wasn't being too petty in that game, trying to score more points against the Bucks when we already won the game. So I mean, we can't blame everything on Michael Thomas himself, And then everybody's getting mad, like, why you didn't get surgery,
very,
too?
very late game, week 1 injury. Very late game.
Yeah.
Yep, and everybody's, too. And then everybody's blaming him for, like, the surgery. Like, yeah, he should have got it earlier. But in his mind, they even said it, the coaches and all of them would decide, like, maybe we shouldn't go surgery because he might be out a little bit longer than what we want him to. So, like, we got to see. And ever since, like, last year he hurt his ankle, he tried to rush back and came back for the Bucks game again, so we can play against him. And he hurt it, still. And then he sat out again for a little while, came back and hurt himself again in the playoffs just to play with Drew because he knew it was his last season. And if we would have just healed him and just let him sat out all last year, he would have been straight this year. But we kept playing him. So do we really want to be mad and blame him, for all this?
No.
I mean, you can't blame everything on him. Like, I feel bad. Like, some people say we want him gone. But at the end of the day, look at our receivers right now. Do you really want Michael Thomas going?
Right.
No, y'all just saying that because we all booty hurt right now.
Wrong. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I want Michael Thomas. Any team that got a Michael Thomas on the other side or as the X receiver, that's going to be a better team offensively. I don't give a damn who you playing for. I love Michael Thomas. He the first offensive football jersey I bought in a decade. My hero. Seriously. I'm not the guy I'm not a Michael Thomas hater.
Right.
And it's not just Mike. Devery Henderson, I mean not Devery Henderson, but Delvin Breaux, this kind of happened similar. The Saints have had history with having injuries happen on the field, not being taken care of by the doctors, being pushed off, not really being handled in the most, in the most efficient way. So yeah, we have history of doing that. And it's not just Mike, it's the Saint, it's the coaching, it's the doctors, it's everybody involved.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, we can hear you, though.
Shit.
Welcome.
We can hear you.
Welcome, finally.
Anna, we can hear you, but she can't hear us.
And... Oh, no.
Yeah, we can hear her, though. Put her in the chat. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely can hear you.
Goldface, join again one more time. Let's see. What happened to Jerry? He must have hopped out real quick. Hey, Goldface, join in again. Jerry, join back in. Let me send the thing one more time. Cause we can hear Miss Anna. I can hear her now.
Yeah, I heard her when she spoke earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I heard her say shit.
Uh-huh.
She's like, damn, they can't hear nothing again. Shit.
I didn't even hear that. I just
Yeah.
heard something said.
Hey, Ghostface, join one more time. See if we can get you on. I know he said Tyree said he's coming back in here in a minute, so we're gonna have him back on here with us. I know Jerry probably hop
Cool.
back in. He probably logged out. Yep,
Yeah,
and Jerry said he can hear him too. So yeah, that's good. Oh, there
and
he is. There's Tyrese.
Miss Pammy. Before I forget, I hope that this is the most inaccurate statement I've made all year. And next season, you see Michael Thomas in a Saints uniform, and everything is fine. I have a lot of mental illness. The anxiousness gets to me. The uncertainty gets to me. I'm very, disconcerted about, both sides of what's being said and done. And, it's jarring for me. So a lot of times I can be more on the pessimistic side than the more positive side. But I'm not a Michael Thomas hater. He's one of the best receivers in the league. I
Yep.
just want him back on the field. Period. I miss him.
Yeah.
All right, we got
wouldn't just say
Ghostface in
he's
here.
a realist. You're more of a realist.
Can you guys hear
I
me?
mean, it's a total
Yep.
possibility.
Very
I
right.
can hear you,
D-Rock.
Ghostface.
Ghostface Griller?
Everybody else, can you hear
What's
Ghostface?
what's going on, fellas?
What's
Yeah,
Not
happening,
much.
dog face?
What's up? What it do? What it do?
What up?
Crusher laying that knowledge. This is the first time I've ever called into a show. Hoodie doing a good
Yo,
job, man. Love it.
hey,
Thank you.
appreciate you tuning in, Rilla. Man, greetings, who that to you, man. Like always, hearing about, some of your, recent things you've been dealing with. Much love to you. Many prayers to you and your family. And glad you're here with us tonight. Who that to you? What's your thoughts, man?
Oh man, first and foremost, thank you, Crusher. But this
No
season,
doubt.
man, I'm hearing a lot of crazy stuff, man. People talking about wanting to tank for the season, and
Tank.
I'm gonna have to say, yeah, what's that all about, man? I mean,
Right.
seriously, And another thing, this is gonna shock you guys, but I'm gonna have to agree with Crusher on the MT thing, and he's my favorite player.
My
You know,
favorite player, dude.
but it hurts me, man. It's just like one thing after another, and I keep forgiving it. I say, well, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Maybe he did get misdiagnosed, but it just seems like it's one thing after another, man.
Me too, brother. Me too. And definitely my favorite player.
Hey, to be
And
Definitely my
honest,
favorite player.
but to be honest with y'all, like I said, Ayla, I think he will be back next year. And like I said, I want to see what we can do because I feel like if you try to get rid of him like next year, which I don't think Sean Payton would, but if he would, like I said, I really don't see him getting too much for him because, like I said, he haven't played in 2 years, so you might as well use him for another year, see what you can get out of him. And if he is that receiver again, then hell yeah, we're keeping him. But if we don't get nothing out of him next year and he doesn't look the same, that's when you get rid of him because you're still paying the man the money and we're gonna be in depth, so you might as well use him. And to be honest with everybody, I really do think he's gonna come back and healthy, and I think that's why he's not playing this year. Because, like they said, he went back to the doctor after the research and everything. He was supposed to start after the bye week, but then when he went for a final exam and everything, they said his ankle still don't look right. So they making sure that's healthy this time. So that means they're being safe with it. Because if they wasn't being safe with it, and they didn't care about him, and they want to get rid of him, they'll be like, "You better get on the field right now," and they'll get rid of him next year.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying I feel
Gotcha.
like he's.
Great
That's why
point,
I feel
Hoodie.
that's why I feel like he's still gonna be with us no matter what, unless somehow they pull off a good trade or something. Like I told everybody, I wouldn't mind trading Michael Thomas to the Browns if they would have traded us Odell and Landry. But I ain't giving you this for Odell because you don't know how Odell's gonna
Yeah.
perform with us. We know
Yeah,
how Michael Thomas is in our system, but we know how Odell is. So I said you
yeah.
have to give me two good players for him.
It just seemed like forever since I seen Michael Thomas on a football field, and it's officially has just gotten to me. So it's just weird. It's one of those situations. It's definitely weird. Hey, my favorite player, just like Grilla, one of my favorite Saints. I wish none of this was even the case at all. I wish Mike was with us, bro. And I don't think Mike narcissistic. I don't think it's all Mike Thomas. I think it just dysfunction all the way around. That listen, man. Last couple of seasons we've had Drew Brees, we got Alvin. We haven't had a marquee wide receiver in such a long time that when we finally got Mike and Mike was producing, Mike got the bag. It was like, for me, how consistent can this relationship stay? How long will Michael Thomas be a Saint? Seeing the things that have happened with my team the last couple of years. Well, not the last couple of years, but just the history of my Saints and players not want to be here and, getting traded off and, management, things like that. But it actually turned out better than I thought. And I don't think it's nothing like Mike doesn't want to be here. I don't really know what's going on with the situation, so to speak. But he has to come back to tell teams. He has to come back and play to let the NFL know what he can give a team in the first place, that he can produce. Period. So all of these things are just my opinion, hot takes. Nothing set in stone, nothing that I necessarily, I'm lobbying for. I love Michael Thomas.
Yeah. I think we're all on the same page there. I
Definitely.
We all want him, but, it's all up in the air right now. Anything can happen. But, of course, I'd love to have him come back and, have him play like he hasn't missed a beat, So.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother. Especially healthy.
That's what I'm trying to say about the. That's what I was trying to say is will you really want to give up? Like somebody says, "Hey, I'll give you a third or fourth round for Michael Thomas," or a third and fourth. I'm gonna tell you, hell no, he's a first round pick. To me, you better give me at least a first round for him.
Troutman?
That's such a Texas move.
Hey, Troutman, I like y'all, and I know everybody's killing him right now because of the hands. But I'm telling y'all, when you coming in and this is only your second year and your first season with an off season, and you telling me your whole off season you trained to be your receiver type of guy, but then you got put in literally right during preseason happened, you got put in to be in the blocker now because Vanette's been out, and that's the guy that you really went after to get in the free agent because he's gonna be your blocking tight end. And now you got to be a blocker again. And just look how much he improved now on blocking from last year to this year. And that's improved. And now his hands ain't there now. Why? Because he's focusing too much shit on blocking. He's not really being your route running tight end. He's just there blocking. But now if Vanette's back, now he's going to be back in his role focusing on just catching the ball and running routes and killing people like he was in college. That's what he did. They said he got lined up as a receiver in college a lot of the times because he was a mismatch nightmare and he can catch over people. But this last year or two, he's been behind Jerry Cook, so he was basically came in as your blocking tight end, and that's why they went out and got Vanette, like I said. But he got hurt, so now him coming back, I feel like it's gonna boost a little bit for Trotman to focus back in his natural role where he needs to be, and not just as a blocker.
Yeah.
And that Nick Vanette is another situation of mine to where it's like, look, bro, is you is or is you ain't my tight end, bro. Where you play, bro? Where are you? I haven't seen you. Like, come on, dog. Like you holding the roster. You holding the roster hostage. I think Aaron on the BNG breakdown a couple weeks ago said the same thing. And I just want to know. I just want to know, Joe. I just want to know, Nick, where you at, man? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, and you look at the film. I give Adam Troutman shit because his hands practically non-existent. But his blocking technique is phenomenal. He definitely is downfield blocking like a veteran. So he's making it
better than Cook.
Definitely
compare that. Better than Jerry Cook at blocking.
You think when they made Juwan Johnson a tight end, it shook his confidence a little bit. It made him, some players they rise to the level of the competition. Some players kind of regress or push back from it. Do you think this is kind of psychologically happened with Adam?
To Juwan Johnson? You talking about to Adams or Juwan Johnson?
To Adam.
Oh, to Adam Troutman? No, I don't really think so. I don't think it is. I think what it was is just like I said. I think the reason why they moved Juwan Johnson to tight end was because they probably knew like, hey, you 6'4", 6'5", you're a big damn fella, and you built like a tight end, but you can run like a receiver. So if I can put you at tight end, that's a nightmare against the linebackers and people like that, and especially the safeties that are way shorter and smaller that's got to guard you. That's like a nightmare. That's like putting it was like the Calvin Johnson situation back in the day. Like literally, people had to put
Yeah.
2 people on him because you were so damn big. And
Yeah.
Johnson can play like that too, and that's why I was telling everybody last week. I felt bad that he was a healthy and active, and the reason why they didn't use him on the depth was because they needed more special team players. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
stupid. We could have
Man.
used Jawan Johnson.
Oh Lord! Now see that's probably the single most boneheaded thing I think the coaching staff did all year. I have no idea why you did that. No idea.
Who knows, man? Probably family issues.
I mean, but nothing was reported about that. I think this was just an executive decision that they thought last week the best roster we had, the best approach we had was having him be a healthy, inactive because of just personnel reasons. Honestly, I don't really think it was nothing existential going on. I really don't. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah. I think we hint about this. I think since Calvin Ridley, you're going to see a lot of this. Players that's just like, man, I'm just mentally just tired. I need to chill. I think that opened the door a lot for a lot of players with mental illness, needing a respite, needing a reprieve to get their mind right. And they only human. We only human. Mental illness is a real thing. It's not some fake facade, that people, get, spinal taps for, back in the day and, come back a renewed person with, no pupils. So, I mean,
look, man,
yeah.
I'm going to need them to tighten up. Because I need Jawan Johnson in that red zone immediately.
Man.
Yeah.
And I need some heart pills for tomorrow.
Man, you ain't lying, bro. I need the heart pills, man.
Hey, just wake up late in the fourth quarter like I did a few weeks ago.
That's what I might have to do.
Bruh. And look, I kid y'all not, I wish I would have recorded it. From the moment we scored to the moment Cordell Patterson caught that ball, I was in the Shawn Michaels pose, stretched out. I'm talking prime Shawn Michaels 96, 97. Stretched out.
Oh my god.
Completely deflating to have such
I'll tell you my worst moment.
Hey, the funny part though about that too was the Falcons game. I brought out people, we had 6 of us at the game, just enjoying the game. And it was the fourth quarter, and we was down like 20-something to 6 or whatever. And I told everybody, I said, look, I would love to watch the rest of the game because I know we can easily come back. But I said, let's head out and beat the traffic because we don't want to be stuck in all this traffic anyway. I said, I'd love to stay in the traffic, for like a Bucks game because it was like, head to head. Close, but I said this game, could go either way. We can lose the rest, or we can actually come back. But I said let's just hit the road, get on out of it. Soon as we get in the truck, we heading back towards my side of the lake. Next thing you know, we just see on my phone Saints touchdown. I said, cool, we finally scored. Saints touchdown. Holy shit, Saints touchdown. We got the freaking lead. Holy shit, and we all going crazy in the truck. And the next thing you know, it says they already in field goal range. I said, you gotta be shit. I said, there we go. I said, we're glad we left. I said, glad we left.
Tackle.
And then on top of that, that hole over there is so cool. So when you hear anybody say anything about Falcons in field goal range, you know they about to make it.
Yeah,
y'all never
cool.
That he too
Wrong
cool.
way, cool.
I mean, he's just a cool guy. You feel me? It's probably the only Falcon I ever liked in my whole life. And that's because he built like Dean Malenko, and he's Oriental, and he's a successful kicker in the NFL. You just can't even script these stories. So I mean, but yeah, when you hear Falcons field goal range, you pretty much, I mean that's definitely one of those certain things as far as the last 3 or 4 seasons with the cool guy, because he definitely a dominant kicker in the league. So
right,
and Justin Tucker missed one the other night.
Yeah, he when that was 2 games ago he missed a chipper. That was kind of weird. So
yeah,
I wish
he missed the Ravens. The Dolphins game he missed one.
That was the Dolphins, yes sir. That was it, huh? Yep.
Hey, quick question for everybody in the chat and y'all were on here, y'all. So tell me this ain't weird. I had to take a screenshot of it because I seen it on Twitter earlier, and I'm gonna post it. It was by this guy named Charlie's Dunn. He's at Scottish Who Dat. I wanted to take one of his screenshot though. He said this is weird. We're 5-3 as the Saints, right? We're 5-3 record, which we should be like a 7-1 team, but we fucked up on defense the last 2 games that we should have easily won. But he posted this. He said, so far this season, the Saints has been without these players. Their QB1, their QB2, running back 1, running back 2, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, tight end 2, left tackle, left guard, center, defensive end 2, defensive end 1, defensive end 4, defensive tackle 1, their left linebacker, cornerback number 1, their nickel back, and a kicker, and we're still 5-3. This is just wild.
Oh my god.
Just think of all them players you were out with, and somehow we're still 5-3.
And not
Tell
only
me who
that,
else could do that.
Nobody would.
Like honestly, I don't see it. I don't see nobody built like that. I don't.
That's why I tell people. That's why I love our team. The only team that like you and me, Crusher, that can agree on, because we talked about earlier, was the Cowboys, because they were the only other people that really have good coaches that might can pull off an upset, with the people they got. Because
Hey, real quick, guys, I gotta
and they stat too.
exit out.
Yeah,
I gotta exit out, but I know how to call in now, and you can guarantee, man, I will be calling in now. This is my first time ever calling in.
Man,
Gotcha.
Yeah, you always been silent, Ghost.
much love to you, man.
I'm gonna make some
Much
noise.
love, who that to you. Let's get this.
Who
Let's
dat?
get this win tomorrow.
Hey, you guys
Let's
have
go.
a good one, man.
Let's go to
We talk to you,
Nissan
man.
and drive them crazy in Nashville. Who that to you?
Who that?
Who that, man? So shout out to Mr. Ghostface for coming on for the first time.
Yes,
But
sir.
so let's
Much
get
love
back.
to Ghostface, man. I always appreciate hearing from him, man. I think I see him a lot in TJ, calling in to the host.
Yeah.
Let's say to the Saints podcast. So it was good. It was good to talk to the young brother, man. Who that to you, bro?
So Mr. Crusher, my boy Ryan, and my boy Tyrese, what is y'all final thoughts on this whole situation about the OBJ? Isn't it crazy how it's like this is what's weird about it, okay? So I'm gonna tell y'all the weird part about it, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all think about this too, because it's two different stories, but you can add them together. So number one was the Rams wasn't even in the conversation about them even signing us, and it was even in his interest. Next thing you know, they said okay, he probably won't sign until after this weekend. Well, next day he gets signed by the Rams, finalizing the deal. He felt welcomed by this team or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. You didn't feel welcome by your own hometown. I think you're full of shit. But then you go look at it and it's like, okay, it's only a 1-year deal. Let them play 1 year there. Let them try to push for a championship because they are a championship team with that defense, especially adding Von Miller there. You got Matthew Stafford. I was thinking, damn, you got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and him now. I said, shit, that's going to be an explosive offense. Next day, alert, Robert Woods has torn his ACL at practice. He will be out for the rest of the year. I'm thinking, okay, so Odell came in at a perfect time, right? The next day, Robert Woods breaks it down.
He Nancy Kerrigan that shit, all right? He
no
did
way
that
that's a
shit.
coincidence. No way.
No, he did that shit, bro. I'm telling you. Or he got
No,
somebody
LeBron
to do
James
it for
did
him.
that.
Huh?
I said LeBron James did that.
LeBron James.
That's who got in his head in the first place. He say, "Look, man, I'm gonna send somebody over there to touch Woods."
CT said LeBron and his girlfriend.
Yeah,
so OBJ girlfriend persuaded him too.
Don't make sense, bro. It is what it is.
Hollywood meet.
So back to my other question though that adds on to this. So like I said, Robert Woods got hurt, right? So now he's out. So I said, okay, that's a good thing that he went there. Now he get to be the hero of replacing Robert Woods to be there with Cooper Kupp, blah blah blah. But isn't this weird this season? Like I said, any given Sunday, people are winning, but look at the freaking injuries with all these star players getting hurt. I said, if every freaking star player, from quarterback to receiver to running backs, if all these people get hurt and get placed on IR for every single team, the Saints will win the Super Bowl. Because we're the only team that can win without our star players. And that shows you how good of a coaching staff. And I said I don't want people to get hurt in my eyes. Like, I don't want to see that happen. But I would love to see all the star players go down to where they can't play and then you have to pick a coach of the year, knowing that damn, you won with your backups and starters the whole year against people that had starters, and you won a Super Bowl because everybody else, when they lost their starters, it showed you how bad of a team they really are.
Yeah.
Right.
I really would
Sean
like to
McVay
see
couldn't
that.
even win with golf.
Yeah,
He traded.
it's funny.
Gone.
Yeah.
I just had this stupid thought of an NFL commissioning like a second string playoff run, and teams have like they go on like two different journeys from the starters to the backups. And yeah, I mean we definitely got a dynasty. I mean you definitely looking at a team that no matter what, they just successful on the field. They put a good team together. It's just the coaching. We keep talking about. And it ain't a facade, and it ain't overconfidence. It's not hubris. It's not being, New Orleans fanboys who just suck on Fleur de Lis all day. It's literally pedigree. We see it time and time again.
Yeah.
We just see this shit. And
that's
until
why
we're proven wrong, until we're proven wrong, we're gonna have this confidence. Why shouldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I tell people, like, Lily, you know how many people at work knows that, I got this Hoodie Jube live podcast and stuff. So everybody asking me, so Hoodie, you think we're gonna win this weekend? You think we're gonna do this weekend? I'm like, what kind of stupid question is that? Like, yes, I feel confident about my team no matter what. Like I said, you can tell me, put Trevor Siemian at quarterback, who's our third string quarterback. You can tell me take AK out and just put, our backup Mark Ingram in. Have, Armstead out, left tackle. Okay, put James Hurst there. He used to be a starter. He's our backup, though. Andrews Pete not there. You're going to put Kevin Throckmorton probably in that position. Cool. You got Cesar Ruiz and McCoy and them still in there. Tell me you don't have no Michael Thomas in them, but you still got Traquan Callaway. I must tell everybody, oh, yeah, my bad. We don't have C.J. Garner-Jackson, so we don't have him either. And you're going to tell me and ask me if we can still win against a team that might have everybody stacked against us? Yeah. Right. We showed it against the Bucs when we didn't have people. We still won. Right. So, I said, why would I think we're not going to beat the Titans who don't have Julio or Derrick Henry on that team? Like, and some of their defensive players, I think, are hurt too. Like, some of their key players are questionable too on defense this weekend, especially their linebackers. So,
linebacker, that's the one I've seen. I can't even think his name right now.
I think one of us Landry. One's Landry. Last one name was Landry, and the other dude, I can't remember the other dude's name. But yeah, it's like, why would I question that and say I don't know if we're gonna win? Like, that's the thing that like hurts me as a Saints fan and being a YouTuber sometimes. It's being in another podcast like Big Hughes and everybody, and they like here comes the L this weekend. It's like negativity. Yeah, it's like why you got negative. If you're a Saints fan, you know how good this team is. You know how good our coaches are. You know any given Sunday we can win because of who our coach is and the scheme and the plays that they draw up for us to win. And I said,
those are just casual fans,
especially casual, that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like they are. And then when I call them out, they want to throw stuff at me and make fun of me. And no, it's funny too. I mean, I had a guy that subscribed to me the other day when Big Q was on the show. And he messaged me later on that night. I forgot the dude's name. But he messaged on my same video that me and Big Q was on. And he commented and said, he put laughing face, that dude sounds like Waterboy. And I said, who sounds like Waterboy? He said, oh, you, Hoodie Jube. And I said, oh, I sound like Waterboy. And I said, should I take that as like harassment? Like, you're trying to say I sound funny? Or like, what's up? What's up with this? Right. And it's like, no, I just wanted to let you know you sound like Waterboy. That's it. It's just your voice. And the way you're talking, I guess. And I was like, well, that's a good thing then, huh? And I said, whenever Waterboy 2 comes out, I'll be in there making millions of dollars. And he never commented back. He never commented back. He never did comment back. Waterboy Jr. But I think he's a subscriber though, because he did subscribe the other night. So, like I said, it ain't like he made fun of me and then not subscribe. So he did subscribe and stuff. Yeah, so I think he was just messing around. He was just messing around.
The boot tragedies. And every time I listen to him, he sound like he thirsty. I said, he need a cup of water.
Shouts out to the boot. Bro, my son be cutting promos after every loss. He one of the first listens I give, bro, because he just so mad and passionate. Throw everybody say last Sunday he say, see, that's why I couldn't even be a coach. I couldn't even be a coach because everybody be gone. Everybody be gone the next day. and I just feel that sentiment so much, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
won't
so
lie. He the
funny
first one to
though.
jump ship.
Yeah, like being on YouTube, bro, being on social media, bro, you subject to that bullshit. So it is
Hey,
what it is.
hey,
It's
quick
just
question
about
though.
you not, letting that handle you like that, because
Yeah,
we can
have
go
any?
down a rabbit hole of like, at one time being kind of famous content creators that kind of went on a downward spiral because of the negativity they was subject to from the public scrutiny. There's been plenty of them, but there's also been a lot of success stories too, because who gives a shit, like it's crazy. So it's
Hey,
weird. But back to the point, I think you were saying about the disbelief and just the negativity and just the, oh man, we can't do this, we ain't gonna be able to do that. And everybody has their own opinion. I get that. Like my take on Mike. But I feel just like you, it's just like time and time again, I see this team put the best players on the field when they didn't have everybody available, come out with a W against teams that actually are,
should have dominated.
having some success right now and very hot.
Yep.
The Titans probably the hottest team in the league right now. And I would be too if I was them. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
you on a winning streak. You just went to LA and dominated the Rams, which dominated the Bucks. I mean, why wouldn't you be? But see, that's the setup. That's the spine buster to the people's elbow for that ass. Because just when you thinking that your team about to be a world beater, here comes somebody in from the world and whip that ass.
Yeah.
So be vigilant and be a head on a swivel, because we not top 10 defense for no goddamn reason. Period. And we gonna stay that way. So y'all got a lot of players that y'all believe in, y'all see producing every week that the national media don't know. We got a lot of shit going on with us too that nobody figuring out.
Yeah.
So may the best team win. Both of us gonna be a skeleton team out there tomorrow. Hey, let's
to be
just
honest
about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because if you watch what people
Right.
said about the Titans game versus the Rams, you didn't hear how they said they dominated the Rams, but they said if you actually watched it, they said their offense really didn't do nothing. It was the defense that stopped everything, and they scored on defense
too.
too.
Over 100, 200 yards on offense. They got a pick six from
pick
Jack.
six,
I
another
mean,
fumble
they had
recovery
good
on their
field
side of the
position.
field. Yeah,
Right.
So and
Yeah.
that's what I told people. And I said our defense can do the same damn thing. And I said tomorrow, if both defense shows up like they're supposed to, it might be a low scoring game. It might be a 9-6 game like you see with the Jags and the Bills, and whoever defense shows up the most and who can pull out, like to give a team better field
Like
position.
the Cowboys game, yeah.
Yeah,
9
it
to
basically be
13
one of
type
those.
shit. Right.
Yeah, it'll be a close
Straight up.
game tomorrow. It depends on it, or it can be any given Sunday where the Saints took an L to the Falcons and we ready to unload on them. Our defense pulls out a shutout game on them, and then the offense just somehow look like they're amazing and score 50 points on them. You never know what's gonna happen. Like any given Sunday, anything could happen. So
any given Sunday. Straight
and
up.
then,
And that's
and
why
this-
I'm telling y'all right now, honestly, I can prognosticate a little bit about from what I see statistically and kind of, comparing the number, juxtaposing the teams and, the way they've been looking. But I'm not predicting a score for the rest of the season. I told y'all last week I didn't want to do it against Atlanta, and I did it, and we lost. So I decree it. I'm not predicting a score for the rest. Don't ask me, because I ain't giving it to you at all.
Fair enough.
Hey, but
Like,
quick
I'm-
question for
like-
y'all. But quick question for y'all. You see this chat that I posted in here? This person's name right here.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen this dude? His commentary?
No.
All right, look. So
Yeah, he's
yo,
funny
look.
as hell.
So type this in into your YouTube after we get off. Look up his commentary. This dude is so funny. Like I swear, if they hire this man and says, "Hey, do your thing and be our commentary," NFL would be so much funner. Because he'll literally say, so it's a black commentary guy, and he's so freaking funny. He's like comedy, and he'll say, so let's say Callaway, gets a big touchdown on him, like catch on somebody, and they'll be like, he'll come up with like a nickname for something Callaway, comes down with the catch for a touchdown and uses his dreadlock powers. He calls it the
Yeah,
dreadlock power. Having the
yeah.
dreadlocks and you got power to score and stuff. Or he'll say, and like for Kamara, he calls him Senkei Nakamura. And it's just like funny listening to what he says, and then he'll look and he'll be like, oh, you allowed a touchdown right there. They might be up by like 4 touchdowns, and he'll be like, oh, you allowed a touchdown, and then like you're gonna allow a few more and let them come back on you, right? And when he says that, you know they coming back. You know they coming back on him. And
Yeah.
the most funniest one that reminds me, that makes me like the show more, is the Matt Ryan. He has Matt Ryan like mad, like with a mad face, screaming at the book, and it says
which is the absolutely
and it
funniest
said-
thing in the league.
and he says F, and he's like fuck on the video, and it's got Matt Ryan looking mad. I'm telling y'all, it's so damn funny.
That a field goal kick is missing.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, Cody Parkley. He's like Cody
Put your
Parkley.
motherfucking head down.
Yeah, put your motherfucking head back down. I'm telling y'all, it's so much funnier.
That's who that is. Okay, I never noticed his name, but that dude crazy, bro. He definitely be saying some crazy shit, bro. And he got that fucking voice like this, and he be talking like I got he's hilarious. I think I seen him on Facebook last year.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah, he say,
that's the
who the
people
fuck
you
is that?
need.
Put your motherfucking head back down. Yeah, he's so funny. His little clips and highlight reels so fucking funny, dude.
And then he'd be like, and he's got a man, but he plays for the other team. Picked off.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely funny.
And then when somebody picks it off for like a pick six, can I get a mid pick six? Ba 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 ba. He's just so funny to watch. I'm telling everybody, you gotta look him up. And if he was a commentary, if you had a lot of those commentaries in every game, you know how much more football would be funny just to watch. Like even if your team's losing, getting their ass whooped, you can still laugh at the end of the day watching these commentary guys messing. It's just so funny.
Like, these commentators are boring as hell, man. Imagine Joe Buck being your narrator.
Oh my god, bro! Look, Joe Buck can suck it.
No. You know who can suck it first? Fucking
Troy can suck it.
Yeah, Troy
can
can
suck
first.
it. And then Joe can suck it. Or they can suck it at the same time. I don't care. They get on my last nerve.
They're worse commentators than sucking Brady.
I would rather have, dude. I would rather have. I think who's the other one, bro? He did our game last weekend with Jonathan Vilma.
Oh,
man, I can't look now. Kenny Abrams, I think it was.
I don't know who they are, but they were hyped.
I mean, he looked like. Shouts out to him. He looks like a member of the Addams family, but he got more color. Or even Moose. Have Moose. Have Tony do my game. I do not want to hear Troy Aikman for the rest of the year. The hate he spewed against us, even the good plays we had when we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, you can literally hear him picking Tom Brady pubes out of his fucking teeth. Dude, and it got on my nerves all game. And I do not want to hear from him again. I definitely appreciate it. And thank you, MLB, for taking Joe Suck and putting him in the playoff in the postseason for them. And I don't want to hear them.
I want to know what happened to the commentary guy. You remember the commentary guy in the movie The Longest Yard that they have? I don't remember the dude's name at the top of my head. Y'all seen The Longest Yard, though? Remember with Adam Sandler?
One, huh?
Yeah, the newer one with Adam Sandler.
Oh, you're talking about
you remember the commentary? Yeah, remember the guy that was literally right next to the guy that was in jail, and he was like, he's rumbling, stumbling, or whatever the heck he would be saying in the movie. Like, he would be literally, like, he used to be a commentator in real life. Like, where is he at? Because he is so good at doing it.
I can't think, bro. It's been so long since I watched The Longest Yard, bro. What a movie, though. Dude, what a cast, bro. It had Goldberg, Stone Cold, and Kevin Nash in the same movie with Adam Sandler. Yeah. What a movie.
Oh, Great Khali. We got the Great Khali.
The Great Khali. That was an awesome movie, bro.
That was.
They had
I like
that
that.
rapper in it too. I forgot his name.
Huh?
He was a singer. He was a black dude. He was the running back, but he was a singer in
Nelly.
real life.
Yep, Nelly.
Yeah,
Nelly.
Nelly. Yeah,
Yeah, shut up.
yeah. That movie was off the chain.
Hey,
It
hey, you know
was,
what's so
dude.
Oh, hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. You don't remember the dude that we just said, the YouTuber that's funny, the commentary? You don't remember when Christian McCaffrey or Josh Allen or one of them takes off for a big
Oh
run?
yeah, that's how a white man runs the ball.
And then he plays to Steve Austin. That's how a white man runs a football. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. I think that might be the first thing I ever heard him like joke about. Like, man, dude tripping, bro. He
Hey.
almost sound like Pat McAfee, bro. Should like literally hire him to do like the highlight reel to cover the recap for the weekend. Like that just seemed like a match made in heaven. You know, like that barstool sports talk mixed in with that comedic relief of, you know, giving you the real scores, real highlights, but just having this whole joking, you know, funny satire with it. It seemed like a match made in heaven, you know, because Pat McAfee, I mean, I definitely laugh at that dude all fucking day, dude. Pat McAfee is a national treasure to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care. Like it don't even matter his takes or who he root for. It don't even matter, dude. I just think he just funny as hell, bro. Like, you know, he definitely, you know, just a real ass person. And yeah, like I when I heard that, that's the first thing I thought was like he works. Like he's on the Pat McAfee show. Like, you know, he definitely does some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like it kind of seemed like a match made in heaven.
I like
You
him
know?
on SmackDown. That's the commentary when
Me too, bro.
when
Like,
Nakamura comes out, he's on top of that damn table dancing,
he's
going
so
crazy.
stupid. Like somebody called somebody like an idiot the other day. No. I think it was like Ricochet. He called Mustafa Ali an idiot, and you know how boring, you know, SmackDown and Raw can be these days. Let's just be honest. But
Yes,
Pat
I know.
Yeah, I don't
McAfee,
even
his
watch it like I used
reactions to the shit, like he's like, "Oh no," and it's like he made it seem like Ricochet calling Mustafa Ali an idiot was like poking a fucking bear or something. Like he was just like, "Oh no!" Like Pat McAfee is very funny. He's very lively, and
He is.
adds color to that show, no matter how
But he's on
boring it is.
AEW, right?
No, he's WWE. He's on SmackDown.
Oh,
Hey, but what makes it so funny though, y'all too, not just Pat McAfee, but back to the guy with that commentary video. What makes it so funny that because when I watched one of his most recent one, he plays that video of Stone Cold saying, you know, that's how a white man runs the football for Austin Eckler, and saying he's close to being white anyway, to being that white or something like he said with Austin Eckler messing with him. Even though he's mixed or whatever, and it's so funny just listening to like some of the shit that he comes up with and some of the nicknames he gives people. It's like,
Yeah.
like when they say Alvin Stickney, not Camaro or whatever it was, I'm like, dude, I said,
Yeah.
how you even come up with this? It's like, how?
How?
And he can do that too. Like he can make the commentary while he's watching the game if he wanted to. Like he can just come up with whatever he sees in his mind and it
Yeah.
comes to him. And that's what you gotta like about him. He, like I said, he can really be on a commentary, literally watching it live, and he'll be like, "Holy crap," you know, and just like literally comment right in front of you and laughing and be like, "Oh gosh, he got past him. Oh shit, this apple turnovers."
Yeah. Like he would piss so many people off. Let's just be honest though.
He would piss
nationally
people off,
televised.
but he'll make people laugh too at the same
Nah,
time.
yeah, but he would definitely, you know, rub some of the older paranuts in this country the wrong way, and it would just like, you know, he just too loose cannon. He does that for a reason. You know, it's almost the same thing with Pat. You know, like at once Pat wanted to be national media this and that, ESPN this and that, but once he got his own platform and seen he ain't need this shit, he could just be him and have this success that he has. Like he's just like, yeah, dude, this is how I was supposed to be in the first place, because I don't like to suck ass. I don't like to pander to people. I don't like trying to find good things to say about people all day. And you listen to every Monday Night Football game. You listen to every televised game these days. It doesn't matter. They always trying to find like the best things to say about these fucking teams. Like
Yeah.
they are like they
don't
just
make no
like,
sense.
man, it's
It don't
so,
make no
it's
sense,
so,
though.
fake and phony, bro.
Yeah.
Like they'll literally call out the head coach cleavage and be like, that's just such a respectable, pair of cleavage she got right there. She's so busty. It's very commendable to him to have to lay down with that every night. Just indicative of a good coach. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, we don't make no sense though.
It's trying to find shit to say all day, every day.
Why would you have a commentary? But the real question is, why would you have a commentary person like? Don't get me wrong, Joe Buck talks some weird shit, but to be honest with you, he's mainly paired with Troy Aikman, and I feel like Troy Aikman makes him that way. Like, I feel like why should you have commentary people like that cheers for certain teams? Like Drew Brees, even though he's a Saints fan, he's gonna tell you, I'm pulling for the Saints. This is what I like to see. But he's gonna be brutally honest. Like he's gonna be like, yo, Sean Payton, I don't know why the hell he ran that. Like that was dumb. Like he'll literally be honest with you. Troy Aikman, on the other hand, he wants to criticize them, and he can literally say the Saints got an interception. Oh, it looked like it was just a bad play though by it was a bad pass by him. No, bitch, it was a good interception. Just shut up, give us our credit. But he don't give credit to where credit is due. That's what, like, why would you want him as a commentary? You think because they got some people you can listen to and they freaking excitement no matter what happens. Like, oh shit, pick six by the Saints. Or he would say pick six by the other people. He cheers for everybody compared to Troy Aikman. Like, well, goddamn, that was a pick six. That was a dumb pass by him or whatever. Or they would say that was a good play. That was a good read by Tom Brady, but his offensive line didn't give him enough time, so he had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, why did he hold on to it and take a sack then? Why did he take a sack then? Like a real quarterback would.
Even as a matter of fact, one thing I noticed too earlier, let me think about this, guys. Thursday night, the Jets played the Colts, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and they got the whipped the crap out of him.
When Josh Dixon had to come in the game, like you could literally like hear the dejection in Troy Aikman's voice because Mike White had got hurt. And it's like, I get it if you wanted to see him play, but bro, you just sound too biased right now, bro. People in America should not have to hear shit like that. That's possibly rooting for Josh Dixon, his family.
Yeah.
He finally getting the opportunity to walk on the NFL field. What a troubled career he had. And
like, to be honest, Tom Brady would. Tom Brady, to be honest with you, if you put Tom Brady in a commentary when he gets done, I bet you he'll be a good commentary person, even though how much we hate Tom Brady on the field. But he'll be a good commentary because he would understand from not having a shot to start when you first come to the league and actually be sitting and hoping that somebody, not you're hoping he gets hurt, but you're hoping to get a shot on the field. And he would understand that Troy Aikman just came to the league and just played, and I feel like that's why he's probably thinking like, damn, I'd rather see Max White. But at the end of the day, if Tom Brady was in that situation, he would have been like, hey, this man's got an opportunity to prove himself, basically kind of like I did when I had to come in the game. And he said, let's see what this man can bring to the field. I can see him saying something like that. Troy Aikman's like, goddamn, I wanted to see Max White. It's just like, that's why I said, why did you want him as a commentary?
He literally said that. He literally was like, and look, man, nobody wanted to see Mike on the field as bad as I did tonight. Like, he literally said that. Like, he literally said that.
He was speaking for the whole Jets fan base. Because I've been watching a whole bunch of Jets YouTubers. And
okay, well, I can see
White,
that.
the savior.
I got it. I mean, he did come in the game for 400 yards. But the Jets keep doing the same shit, though, bro. They keep going to get first-round draft pick quarterbacks with, dollar store and Wish app offensive line. And you're going to keep restarting because y'all fucking stupid. Yeah. And I'm glad Thomas Morstead's not a Jet no more. And Sheldon Rankins, I hope you up there making the bag, but you got green and white on every week, and I hope you're paying for that.
Hey, to be honest with you, if I was a coach, my number one, you want a number one quarterback, but I tell everybody this, and this is why I hate it, because I tell people, you can't say, people's gonna say Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's got 7 rings, okay, whatever. You can say he's the GOAT. That's your thoughts. That's your opinion. My opinion, Drew Brees is the GOAT because he had the stats already playing less years than him. And he's way shorter than Tom Brady. So he had to look differently than Tom Brady just seeing over everybody. Drew Brees was shorter, so that's why I have different comparison and different opinions than other people. But then I tell people, you can't say, so let's say this. Let's say, we can't just say, what's a good situation? So Patrick Mahomes. You can't just go say Patrick Mahomes is so much better than Sam Darnold when Sam Darnold was playing for the Jets. What would
Right.
Patrick Mahomes bring to the table if he played for the Jets with a team that can't block for him and he's running for his damn life, no receivers
Look
to
how he
throw
playing
to?
now.
Like what would you do? Like look what he's playing with right now with a team because his O line ain't really protecting him, but he's still got a good offense. You know, he's still got key players to help you
And a
win.
shit defense.
But just take that away. Just take that offense away, and just take that O line that he's been having right now, and just put them on the Jets. So that's what I tell people. It's like I would consider Tom Brady the GOAT one day over Drew Brees if he went to the Jets right now and won a Super Bowl without bringing people and recruiting them. Just play with that team that they have right now and show me that you the GOAT and you can win it. And people are like, but he's gonna need people to win the Super Bowl with. I mean, I'm like, okay, so that explains my point. He's not the GOAT just because of that. I said he's got to have people on your team to win.
Too.
It's like a
Defense to bail him out.
It's like Michael Vick.
bail
Michael
him
Vick
out his
didn't win
whole
that
career.
much. Like Michael
With
Vick
not
didn't win that
knocking
much, but Michael Vick could run. Remember, Michael Vick created shit for him, and that's why I tell people that's why I'm saying Lamar is becoming a way better quarterback than Michael Vick. It's just that he don't have the receivers that he really needs. Like he's got good receivers. They got a little bit better receivers than us, but he don't have a Michael Thomas or Devontae Adams that he can depend on.
Mad. He was so mad the other night. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see him on the sideline?
No.
Oh my God. I don't know what he was yelling about. I ain't followed up. Shouts out to Engraven on YouTube. I used to listen to him with the Ravens, bro. Cause I always I respect the Ravens organization. Like I just do. I like their colors. I'm a big Ray Lewis fan, Ed Reed guy. So I just always liked the Ravens or whatever. I respected them. And I think Harbaugh and Peyton got a lot of similarities or whatnot. But they quite possibly taking one of the most dynamic talents at the quarterback position and stressing him the fuck out. They're not helping him whatsoever.
I mean,
to me,
like, you know what? I feel like that's probably one of the problems because they're stressing him to be more of a throwing quarterback. Because I mean, you know, his other seasons, you know, he's the sole playmaker. Like he'll pass the ball around, but you give him the ball, he's hitting juke and spin animations on people.
Right.
You know, getting the TDs and whatnot. I mean, because he's significantly improved. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but it seems like dual threat quarterbacks got the same throwing motion. Like last few seasons, Lamar Jackson throwing motion kind of looked like Taysom Hill's.
Yeah.
And that shit just looks weird.
Choppy and quick and flick and not processed at all. Like not throwing from their ass and hips at all. Like, you know, pause. Just but you know how you're supposed to throw the ball.
It down.
Yeah, like just trying to hurry up and get rid of it. It's crazy. They thought process is so fast and twitchy. It's like they can't slow themselves down to have a better, you know, throwing release. But I mean, Lamar Jackson, bro, and plus his offensive scheme is so boring. I just feel like they just not doing what they need to be doing with somebody like Lamar Jackson, man. You know, like they just really not, bro. Like take his attributes, make him the best that he can be. Get him some players around him, for God's sakes, bro. Yeah. I mean, I like Mark Andrews. I like Hollywood. But they not really playmakers like they need to be. You know,
right,
like
they kind of like our offense right now.
Straight up. Yeah. And you know, and honestly, they get to the playoffs and stink the shit up too the last couple seasons. Let's be honest about it. They be going crazy in the regular season now. But when it come down to having dynamic plays when they need them the most from an offensive coordinator standpoint, they be coming up short, dude. Because they just don't, you know, like, I don't know, something about them, dude. They just missing something. Don't know. You know,
they're missing a star receiver and they missing a star running back that can actually take the running off of Lamar. And Lamar needs to focus just on his passion, but he's got really good running talent. But when you gotta focus and they notice you're the number one running back on the team because nobody else can run, they know who to keep an eye on. They're gonna keep an eye on him the whole game so it's kind of like you give them AK. he would be so much better because he doesn't have to do all the
Yeah,
run. They know AK can run. They know you can dump it off
they
the
just
AK for like
right.
there's nobody really to dump it off to right now.
And
Like Bell is old. He's not the same. Devontae Freeman ain't the same, and Latavius Murray was still good with us. He might not be good in their system, and that's what and that's what
right.
kind of brings up the story with the quarterback situation. You can't say Mahomes is better than, like I said, Sam Darnold. Because what if Sam Darnold was a freaking elite quarterback just like Tom Brady was if he was in a
Yeah,
better system? That's what I
unproven.
tell people.
Yeah,
And that's what I said. But some people like, well, he should be good no matter what system. I said, but I bet you Tom Brady and Mahomes would not be really that good like they are right now if they were playing for the Jets in a bad system.
Bro.
dude, this
It's
ain't
like,
basketball. You ain't just
Right.
going out there and going hone your craft, creating your shots and making your teammates better. Recruiting everybody and their mama on the damn court, dude.
yep.
Right.
Look, you need a team, bruh.
Yeah.
You can be
Right.
the best player you
Imagine if
want to
Tom
be.
Brady. Right. Imagine if Tom Brady just went to the Buccaneers, brought nobody,
Right.
drafted nobody, just
Yeah.
kept the
Fact.
same team Jameis Winston had. Bro,
Fact.
Tom Brady will probably be out the game. He'll probably be out the season week 10
He
from an injury.
He'd probably be smoking cigarettes like Jay Cutler, fist fighting
Right.
Bruce Arians.
Dude.
Like,
They did Jameis
oh,
Winston
yeah.
so bad. For
Yeah.
real.
Bruh, dissed him, dude. Like that. That's a good. It go back to the point Ryan made earlier about the casual fans. Like they see superstar athletes on a football field and literally think, oh, they're gonna have a successful team. That's not how football works. 2 weeks ago, we literally sat up here and said, look, if we don't get congruent dispersal of offensive production from other people, then we're gonna hurt Alvin. Alvin is gonna get
Right.
hurt. Look
Look
what's
at him
going
now.
on. Like we
Right.
literally said this, and it wasn't like we shocked the world or said some crazy shit. That's just football. It's a durability factor when your physicality is on the line. It's so physical every game you play. This not baseball, bro. This not basketball, bro. This not, and no disrespect to none of those teams. But literally every time you get touched on a football field, you putting your career at risk, and you could get up hurting and not even know you hurting because your adrenaline. Like you don't even know what's going on till after the game sometimes. Football is a different beast. It's not the same. It's a very physical sport. You need a very balanced team to be successful. And if you're not balanced, then you better be Superman, Avenger type talented on the other side of the ball to cover up for that. And if you're not, then the shit just gonna fizzle out. So
And then also if you look at it too with will we be considering Drew Brees the greatest of all time right now? Like in our opinion, will we be grading him if he would have never came to the Saints and been under a scheme and a system like Sean Payton? No, and that's why I told everybody. If you look at it, and I said from here on out, since Drew Brees is not here, this will prove to you now. Will show you now on. Once you get you're legit. So let's say. I'm not saying he will. Let's just say Ian Brooks will be your starting quarterback next year, and he's going to be the quarterback from now on that Sean Payton wants to roll with, and he wants to to make the system around Ian Brooks. Give Ian Brooks 2 or 3 years, like Drew did, from 2006 to 2009, to load the system, learn his players, learn how to be the man off and on the field, the leader. And I said, how much you want to bet Sean Payton was going to make him look like one of the greatest of all time? And I tell everybody, I think Drew became the greatest because he learned for one of the greatest coaches in Sean Payton, learning how to do the things, learning how to be a leader. And then once he was here for a while, and his leadership from being from high school and on, because if you watch the highlight this video of Drew career, he was a leader everywhere he went. So if you can find you a good quarterback that's a leader that will be there from be the first one in, the last one out, and put him in a system with Sean Payton, you got you a good team. If I tell people,
you got it all right there. And do y'all realize literally how close we was to getting Patrick Mahomes? Like if Patrick Mahomes, if Drew didn't have 2 or 3 years left in him, the time Patrick got drafted, if we was more dire from looking, at a quarterback standpoint, Patrick Mahomes would have been the same.
We would have had another Drew Brees.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Or with a bazooka
I
arm.
mean, took it by storm, dude. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is, he gonna eventually get fizzled out because that's what football does to good players when you don't disperse the talent, when you don't, make it equal, you don't be productive in the available windows that you have to be productive. You're not going to be a superstar middle linebacker every year. Sorry.
And this is
But
what's
when
crazy
you have
too.
a good defense, that's
Ooh.
when you see a good defense
Championship.
on the field, you need to go help that defense because next year it might not be the same, bro. That
And
player
this is
ain't gonna be the same next year,
and
bro.
this, and this is what this is one thing that I can tell people, and and most people can relate to me and agree with me on this one. This is why I think Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. It's because of what he wants paid compared to most quarterbacks. Most quarterbacks think, we supposed to get 30 to 40 million. Tom Brady was getting paid 10 to 15 million a year because he says, I want my pieces around me. I want my defense that can help me.
And that's why, as much as a Succaneer fan that I hate, that's why I will always have the utmost respect for Tom Brady. Because year after year after year, that man, took pay cuts legitimately to help the team around him no matter what. Yeah. That's one of the attributing factors to why they got a dynasty. Don't get that shit confused.
And that's why I told people. And that's why I told people, like with the Mahomes, you getting paid $50 million a year. If I was Mahomes right now, I'd be like, yo, you need to redo my contract right now, make me about 30, 20 something, 25 million a year, and get me some damn protection up front. Give me another weapon with Tyreek Hill. He don't be the only one, and help me get this defense. If he asks for that, and he does what Tom Brady did, they will be back into the Super Bowl run again easily.
In a couple years, they could be, and it might happen. You never know. You never know these days, bro. These contracts ain't shit.
Yeah, look at Taysom Hill contract. That shit is
these
fake as hell.
contracts ain't loyal. These contracts are not loyal. Let's just be real about it. Yeah. They might sound like. Do y'all notice every time somebody gets signed a new bag, they try to make it seem like the best thing since fucking microwaves was invented? Like, do you have like he's been the most highest paid player since people was allowed to, have mustaches or some dumb shit that they come up with. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like they try to embellish the fucking people don't really know what's going on, dude. They like to say those things, just jockeying for human resources and national media craze and this and that. But most of these contracts ain't loyal. They in everybody DMs. They hate big head in every motherfucking body. You feel what I'm saying? Facts.
Tom Brady has had 17 seasons as a starting quarterback with a top 10 scoring defense.
Crazy.
Imagine if Breeze had that.
Dude,
holy
crazy.
shit.
Breeze had
the
2.
Consistency.
Breeze had like 2 or 3.
2 or 3 at most, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
And I could imagine being at Gillette Stadium, at that time. I could imagine being a Patriots fan at that time. The type of success that it's just amazing. Yeah. It really is one of those. It's one of those like modern day era dynasty football teams that I don't know, dude. Like, it might not ever happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How revenue is and how marketing is, how contracts are being broken
this the
down
first year
and
the
shit
NFL
like that.
is back full time now.
Hey, it's like this though. It's like this though.
Yeah,
it's kind of like breaking it down like this. It's kind of like people say, well, if Drew Brees had 2 or 3 of those seasons with a great defense, top 10 defense, then why didn't he win in those years? Well, the years that he finally got the defense was when he was at the end of his career. And I said, hear me out on this one too. 17 seasons Tom Brady played with 10 top defense, and you're telling me he only won 7 Super Bowls, but he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Second of all, if Drew Brees would have had 17 seasons with the Saints with a top 10 defense every year, he would have won at least 7 Super Bowls. I felt like,
Yeah.
with especially those years he was throwing for 5,000 yards. And another
Yeah.
thing is too, like Tom Brady made some of the receivers look better than what they were, but he did have some star names like Randy Moss. Gronkowski's a big star name still. Like he had receivers that later don't play anymore.
Yeah.
Like people that
Edelman,
went to jail and shit and
Wes
stuff like
Welker,
that. People
the
went to
murderer.
jail. Yeah, the murderer and stuff like that. So, I mean, everything happened, but at the same time, name one person that Drew Brees had that's really been a top name. Like, even Marcus Colston was a baller. He was a 7th round.
Yeah.
Nobody still gives him credits, and he didn't make it to that many Pro Bowls for all the stuff that he did.
Yeah,
so I'm
that's the
saying, like,
popularity contest,
we had Jimmy Graham for a spell. You had Brandon Cooks here. I mean, shit.
it wasn't that
names,
many
we
people.
were the
It wasn't
big
really big
names.
names.
No.
Yep. And that's what I
No.
tell people. I said, for him to do that.
And that's why you have to realize when Sean Payton says the shit he says about the receiver core, he's thinking in those terms, bro. He's thinking of doing the best he can without having all of these big names, dude, all this flashy shit, bro. Because, the Brandon Cooks of the world burned him. He doesn't want to have those relationships with these people. Look, to Sean Payton, nobody's bigger than the team. It don't matter if your name Michael Thomas, Jerry Rice, Gail Benson. It don't matter. You are part of this team. I want to see you produce on this team and not for yourself. Once I see you trying to go into business for yourself, you're not going to be a part of this team. I don't give a damn how much praise you get nationally or from what other people on the outside see, because we trying to build a team here. And that's indicative of the type of team we got, and that's why I think we go out there and produce no matter who we put on.
Let me say it like this though to y'all. Sean Payton is trying to do it with the less receivers. It's because if you notice the last few years he hasn't been going after no big star receivers names. And what happened the last 4 years without us having a big star receiver besides Michael Thomas that we drafted 4 or 5 years ago? What happened to us? Do y'all remember what happened?
I mean, it's been almost.
Yeah,
the defense.
The defense went up, and that's what he's doing. The defense wins you a championship, and that's why I feel like he's not going after these big star receivers where I got to pay you shitload of money because he knows, like at the end of the day, he can, pay the defense to win him a championship. And he knows how good of an offensive coach and how good of an offensive mind he can draw these plays up for any player and make them look good. Why not keep 1 or 2 big star names, have you a healthy O-line, a good O-line that can protect, and just have good names like, and just have, decent names like Trevor Siemian or somebody, and, a good key role players that are undrafted that you can see develop and keep you in the game and just keep that defense. And keep you a defense, and that's what I think he's finally realizing after them all that 10-year span from 2006 to 2016. He didn't really have the best defense besides that Super Bowl year. That was our best defense, and then ever since that, I think it was 2017. We finally started drafting people with Kamara and all them, and we got Lattimore, and we started getting the defense. Now look at us.
That was the year. 17 was the year. That was the year, dog. That was the year, man. You feel me? I say my team back. I say, look, Alex Anzalone, dog.
that was what man, that made me so bad. Alex was so good 2017 and 2018, bro. Those injuries really put him down like a dog. That guy had so much potential as a Saint.
Yeah. No, I really was high on Aloy Kakaha. Oh shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
I was a big fan of Aloy Kakaha. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was totally wrong about the dude.
I don't know what happened to Matt Tarteo though.
His girlfriend.
Shout out to Miss y'all. Shout out to Bree up in the chat, y'all. This is a person I met online, playing some video games with her. She said we gotta support the homie, so she's supporting me. So shout out to Bree.
Bree, hop in.
Yeah, y'all chat along. Y'all don't forget to hit that like.
She's not really a big football fan, and she's from Texas. Okay. I think she's more of a Cowboys fan /
Oh no!
She's from Dallas. She said, "So sorry, I'm from Dallas. So sorry."
Oh, sorry about this. Sorry. Hey, I tell y'all what though. I tell y'all what about AT&T Stadium. That is the nicest dumpster I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Such
I don't know
a
how those
fancy,
players can play when you got that light shining down like that.
that big ass screen, just the fan. It's just the biggest and fanciest trash can in all of football. Shouts out to the Cowgirls. And I hope somebody tell Miss Tasha that.
Hey, the thing don't make no sense though. Why would you have a big ass screen in the middle of the field? I mean, what's the point of going there and pay tickets to watch it live and you're watching it on a big screen when you can be watching it at home
I
for
don't
free?
get it. I don't get it.
So a lot of people do use that screen.
Until I seen the designer what SoFi Stadium did, with how they got it to where everybody, from no matter what vantage point, they can have like an equal viewing of what's going on because it's so circular. Like I get that, but that screen, that shit, that's just crazy. But all in all, it's very nice. AT&T Stadium. My brother moved to Arlington like 3 years ago, and he lived literally 3 blocks from AT&T Stadium. And for Hurricane Laura, that's where I was all season last year, was in Arlington. So that's a beautiful place. Beautiful city, beautiful people. AT&T Stadium is phenomenal. It is completely phenomenal. But that blue and that silver, oh my God, I don't know what y'all got going on. Yeah, everything is bigger in Texas, including the Eagles, Miss Bria. Shout out to you. Who that?
I was thinking about moving to Texas or California. Or one of those.
I mean, look, I think it's a beautiful place, man. I talk so much shit, man. My family is Cowboys, man. It's just literally like me and my brother.
Yeah, she said, "Laugh aloud, you're attacking me." She said, "Laugh aloud, you're attacking me."
I'm attacking you with kind words, my love. That's all we do over here in the Who Dat Nation. We attack with kind words, with love. That's what we attack.
Damn, Tyree. She said, "Go to Cali. We can't take any more residents."
Yeah. I mean, shit,
bro, all the people are leaving from California to go to Texas.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 big ass places too, bro. Like Arlington and like Frisco, Texas, like these places, like they have so many towns inside of towns and high schools everywhere. It's just massive, Coming from where I'm from.
But to be honest though, does anybody like to drink? Because I went to Houston, Texas for when the hurricane hit this year, and made my friends, because one of my friends, Mr. Noah, that house out with, he's originally from Texas. So we went to Houston, Texas, and literally every damn place that we went to go chill, like to get some drinks and eat and stuff. Literally, you can go park at one place in Houston, and you can walk every single block. Probably after like every block, you probably have one place that has a bar in it, and like that has the cornholes and axe throwing and like everything that's just like that's like relaxing with a bar and food. They have it like every block, and it's so nice to where you can go to each one and just enjoy the environment with everybody and just talk.
That's insane.
Drink. It was really nice.
And the supermarket size liquor
stores.
You
go to New Orleans, go get you a few drinks. You walk out, you actually getting an axe throwing in your back.
Yeah.
Just walking in. Hey, this the axe throwing place. Hey, this the axe throwing place? Yeah, it is. Kapow.
Yeah. Oh man.
Gotcha, baby. Gotta be more careful.
Got the residents spraying shit on your shoes.
Yeah.
Trying to clean it up. There's a whole bunch of fucked up shit happening in New Orleans.
New Orleans City New Orleans is like Raccoon City on Resident Evil. That's what the fuck it is, bro. It's just a very weird place. If you're not from there, if you're not familiar, don't be walking around trying to, meet and greet every fucking body. I tell you
that. It ain't Baton Rouge. Because, I mean, in Baton Rouge, you clearly know what's going on.
Right.
Not New Orleans. Like, bro, I was doing DoorDash and Uber Eats in New Orleans, and I went to a neighborhood that I thought was the hood, and I saw all these white people. It was like real mix. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Hey, let me tell y'all one of the best stories. Hey, one of the best stories.
Very crock-pottish, bro.
let me tell y'all one of the best stories about New Orleans. Okay, so we were 18. It was a bunch of us who was 18, and one of us was 17, and we were just walking, bourbon and stuff, walking over there, and we're just chilling and stuff. And you got all these strip clubs, right? Everybody's walking out the strip clubs and in and out. You see people just walking out there looking like hoes and shit, and we're just walking. Us being young, and like I said, all of us are 18 besides one of us is 17. And one of the guys out there about the strip club, hey, y'all come on in here to the strip club. And we laughed at him. We're like, yo, we're only 18 and this one's 17. He was like, oh, he's like, just pay $20 and y'all can get in. And we're like, wait, what? And then we're like, I'm like, y'all fucking lying though, right? And he was like, no, $20. And I'm like, well, he's 17 though. He's not old enough. Like I said, pay $20, y'all get in. So we paid $20. We went in that bitch, and it was funny. And just to tell you the funny story about it, one of my friends was that moved down from Texas, Noah. His best friend that is from Texas still came down that week that we went there, and he was there with us. And sorry if I gotta mess with him and call him out on this, but it was probably one of the funniest shit that ever happened. Was they had this? I guess he was so fucked up and drunk that he went to the bathroom real quick. Like, I'll be back. I'm going to the bathroom. He comes down and is like, man, I bought some weed from this dude in the bathroom. And we said, how much? He said $30. And I said, oh shit, okay. And we just looked at him because we laughed because it was a Ziploc bag full of toilet paper.
Oh man, he fucked up.
He was so drunk.
God.
And that dude was gone after that. Whoever was in the bathroom, that man was gone. And we were laughing.
So it was a wad of toilet paper in a plastic bag, bro.
Yes, right. That was one of the funniest stories. That's still one of the funny stories we talk about today.
Oh my god, bruh, that had to be the weirdest feeling weed ever. I would have like just the texture alone, but like I feel no bud in there. What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't.
That is hilarious. That hey, you know what? You better for it. Now you know. Now you know.
Like,
very peculiar place. Love New Orleans. Love it.
Hey, but the funniest thing about
certain nuance to places like New Orleans you don't get nowhere else.
But the funniest thing though, like I said, I was 18, I was young, so we paid $20 all just to get in to go get over there, and it was my birthday too. So my friend paid money for me to get a lap dance, right? So I'm just getting a lap dance from this girl, and the craziest shit was because I've been to a strip club before that you can get in at 18 in Slidell, like in a smaller club in a smaller town, and everything was smooth, whatever. You just like you ain't supposed to touch the women, you can't do nothing. So I'm at the one in New Orleans that we had to pay to get in, because they said just come in, we'll pay you. And my boy pays for me to get a lap dance, and I'm just sitting here, like this, like trying to enjoy it. Next thing you know, this girl saying, touch me, bite me, do whatever you want, I don't give a damn. I'm like, huh? I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck you just say? She said, no, for real, you can touch me, you can bite my nipple, do whatever you want. I'm like, ma'am, I'm good. I said, oh, the other strict class, I'm hoe, you're just not supposed to do nothing. And then she takes my hand and just push it on her titties. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I said, I'm just like you, whatever you want.
Yeah, this is setup.
This is a setup. This is setup. I need to get out of here.
That's a weird.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
It's about to walk across that corner. Chris Hansen somewhere in this goddamn club, right?
Yep.
I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro. Something's not right, man.
Why don't you sit down right there?
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Come take a seat, young man.
Would you like a Capri Sun? And a ravioli can?
Some Nestea Crunch?
Yeah.
Is New Orleans big? Because, okay, I'm from New Orleans, but I moved after Katrina at 6, so I haven't been there. I've been living in Baton Rouge pretty much my whole life. Is New Orleans a big city? Because when I get on the bridge, it feels like I can see all of it, but I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Is it big? Is it medium? How would y'all describe it?
I think compared to like major cities across the nation, it's pretty small. Like when you compare, I mean, it's a big city, but like it pretty much pales in comparison to like especially like Houston or like that is way bigger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like the smaller, well-known city, I'd say. But,
definitely.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, New Orleans is very populated, but it's just a very compact city.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's everywhere in Louisiana. Like, I'm in Lake Charles. Like, I'm closer to Houston in Southwest Louisiana than I am to New Orleans. where I live. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
When I picked in Roxbury, see, hey,
What's
it's
up with all
crazy.
these small towns? They seem like pedophiles, man. These women.
Hey, I don't know who Roxbury is being managed by, but delete that pick because you don't need that type of heat. Nah, I'm just fucking
What up,
with
T
you,
Dirty?
man.
What up, T Dirty, man? Welcome to the chat.
T Dirty, who that? I seen we had Miss Brianna in the chat too. Who that to y'all?
Yeah, who
We've
that
been
to you,
What's
on.
going
Brian?
on, everybody?
We've
Hey.
been on since like 10:30, man. We do appreciate everybody dropping in, listening, enjoying it, giving their opinion on the Saints Eve of the Titans game tomorrow.
Well, today.
12 o'clock Nissan or today.
Today.
Look
It's
at Bria.
actually
Look at Bria. Look at this
41.
Bria. We them
Bria, I call
boys.
Cowboys cow
We them
bitches.
boys. Oh
them
God.
We'll see.
hoes.
We'll see in a couple weeks.
Somebody ban her, please. No, I'm joking.
No, don't ban her. Don't ban her.
Hey,
Love you,
she,
babe. I'm just
Cowboys
playing.
are not going to the. They're not going to the Super Bowl. You can
she
get
better
that out
be
your mind.
Yeah.
a guest.
She's not a
on
Cowboys fan. She's not even a Cowboys fan. She says she's more
Yeah,
into.
she just.
She's more into the soccer.
So who is them boys
Soccer.
exactly?
I think she's throwing out the messages.
Oh, she just trying to incite us.
Yeah, she said. Yeah, because she just commented. She said, "Ha ha ha." She said, "I think they're doing better this season, though."
No, y'all are. Y'all having one hell of a season. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Good football is good football, so I definitely see it. And y'all got
They
some good
did get blown
coaching.
out by the Broncos
Hey,
of all
hey,
teams.
to be honest.
Oh
but,
man.
but to be honest
But
with
see,
y'all,
everybody's getting it. Everybody's
everybody
getting
is.
it this year.
Hey, but to be honest with y'all, but all the teams that like I said, you know how we used to have a big rivalry with Cowboys every year, especially when Tony Romo was there. But ever since Dak Prescott came in, I really did like the Cowboys a little bit more than when I used to hate them because I like Dak. Like I told her about it, I think Dak is one of those quarterbacks out there that the media hates, just like Jameis Winston does. Like they just hate on him, no matter who it is. Like even Troy Aikman hates him, and he's a freaking Cowboys fan. Like how you hate on Dak? Like he's really a good quarterback, and people hate on him. And another reason why I like him too is because I like their pickup from last year, C.D. Lamb. I really like the Saints could have got his hand on C.D. Lamb, but we couldn't because he was taken already.
When I seen C.D. Lamb take that phone away from his girlfriend the night he got drafted, I said this dude got juice, cuz. I said this dude got juice. I would have loved to see him in the black and gold. And look what he's doing, bro. Dude straight up showing out.
Yeah,
he wanted the best receivers in the game. He just not not getting the targets and the production and recognition, because like Cedric Wilson and Gallup, like they just so equally
Amari
distributed.
Cooper.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, the leader.
Their running game is legit. I mean, the Cowboys got a sound squad now. We talk that shit, but they got a very sound squad. And I just respect any team that got good coaching. I don't care who you are. I can hate you, but I can respect you at the same time. And Kellen Moore is one of the brightest offensive minds, I feel, in my opinion, in the game right now.
Yeah,
they 22.
Rivals,
they 22 look, bro. They literally are coming out every different game with like different looks and with two running backs or with three tight ends. Like they doing things so adaptive week to week. I haven't seen that type of mindset on the Cowboys team in so long. I don't think I've ever seen it like this. So progressive and smart and athletic and formidable. So, I joke a lot, but definitely respect the Cowboys and what they got going on. I just don't like Cowboy fans because every time they tie their shoe, they feel like the national media need to cover the shit. That's what I don't like.
I'll tell you what team I don't like.
I deserve a championship.
I'll tell you what team. I don't like the Vikings. Like I think that's the Saints' playoff rivals are the Vikings. Big time. Like they killed us 2017. Then they got us 19, and we had when we bounced them out of the playoffs. when AK did what he did, and I think their
Yeah.
revenge is based off of 2009 when we was killing Brett
Oh
Favre
yeah,
left and
no,
right.
we took Brett out.
Oh yeah.
We took Brett off. We took Brett Favre's head off of his body, literally, and his
Right.
ankle off of his leg. Hey, sorry, Brad Childress. Sorry, brother. Wherever you at, somewhere out in the world, we do apologize, Sidney Rice. But hey, y'all
Brett,
ran
what you
up and
mean
got done up,
loyalty?
baby. And y'all
Like,
still mad. I get it. Y'all still talking about the miracle and Mike Zimmerman looked like he always drunk and more power to him. It's all
yeah,
good. I ain't hating on him.
they're a bad team this year. Like the Vikings they've lost by so many field goals. Like it's
Yeah.
pathetic. So many
They
overtime L's.
and they've had their moments the way they look like they want to be on the verge of going on a run, and then the next week they regress. Look, man, I honest to God feel like this year is open to anybody at any given time that want to step up and get it. I mean, for
Right.
that matter, college football is almost like that. If college
college
football
football
had
sounds
an
like this year.
expanded playoffs, it would be a weird year. I'll just say you like that. College football is so dependable on those big names and those big conferences to make the
Right.
big games to where, they pander and they rely on these popular, the teams.
Right.
Teams like
CT.
Cincinnati. What's up, brother?
Right. I'm just cut you off. Like with the college, like look at the Ohio and the Purdue game. If Purdue would have beat Ohio, you know how badly that would have fucked the rankings up.
Discombobulated everything, dog. I mean, they already trying to and hope and trying to get Notre Dame in there to be successful because they Notre Dame, like Cincinnati is one of the better teams in the country this year, but they Cincinnati Bearcats, and it's like
Right.
nobody
knows them.
cares. Nobody
Right.
cares, and then
They
they
have
go
to
play
open the
these big
playoff format,
teams.
bro.
Right. And it's so, and more times than none, you do see it where a small team have a successful year. They go against somebody would say a solidified team and they get their ass whooped because, that's just kind of the psychology of what college football has been. But literally the parity in football is just amazing this year. Anybody can get it at any given moment. You just got to be ready for it. This is definitely not one of them years to where you seeing your team do this and that, and if you are, you just a very arrogant fan. You don't respect football. You don't respect your opponent. You're just an arrogant fan, a casual fan. I love that term. They just popularizing shit and not really looking at it for what it is. So,
Hey, to be honest with y'all, I mean, y'all can agree with me or not, right? Do y'all agree with me on this one? What if college took the way the NFL did and was like, okay, next year, we don't give a damn if you recruited to LSU. We don't give a damn where you recruited. Whatever team needs you the most, like let's say the shittiest college in the world is like a real small college.
Utah.
Yeah, Utah.
So let's use Utah as one of the teams. So let's say they're the worst team in college right now, and they want this top recruit that everybody, that this top recruit guy, let's say he wanted to recruit to Alabama. Well, Utah gets that pick, and like they pick an order of who was the worst, like the NFL, because that would make college more interesting, knowing that no matter who you want to go to, you're not going to go to them because this college needs you and wants you better because they know you're, help their team. And then college would be more fair and more fun to watch than watching, knowing every weekend Alabama's going to blow out this team.
Right.
Alabama's going to blow out this. It's just like, it gets boring. And I know people want to go there because of the Coach Saban, and all that. But at the same time, I want to see Coach Saban coach some of these people that ain't that as talented. That because you won a national championship, you're not going to be able to get the top recruits that you want.
Yeah,
because they're gonna have to get spread around all over college. That would be nice to see one day, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No. I mean, because team. It's like I think somebody said Sean Payton was like an old lady with cats, but how they acquire like coaches and like he just hoards them. He don't let them go nowhere.
Yeah,
I-
that was the problem he had with one guy last year. Like, he
oh
didn't
no,
let that man go, bro.
he told Ryan Nielsen, "You better stir your ass where I last put you. And if I see you talking to Coach O one more time, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your whole family,
Right.
kid."
I don't think he
And
wanted to let Joe Brady go either.
no, he didn't want to let Joe go.
Mm.
But at the like college with talent, bro, you just get an opportunity to hoard talent, bro. Like if you got that recruiting juice in your region, it is what it is, and you probably not. It's just gonna be like that for a long time. Like Clemson not having a good year. Clemson probably not gonna have a good year next year, but I think they gonna since they so dominant they dominating in recruiting, they gonna eventually get back. It takes a long time to have transitions in college football, and just like they could be gone. Coach O, just won a national championship, and it just seemed like yesterday that was one of the greatest college football rosters I've ever seen in my life. To
Yeah.
what we see now on the football field, it's just a debacle. It just one way or another. It's so crazy, bro. But
Garbage, man. Like
yeah,
our
dude.
quarterbacks look like Matt. I forgot that guy's name. I think he was number 15, like years ago. But our quarterback suck.
Yeah, no,
Like
he
the whole
does.
team
Like
sucks.
I think the second string has started the second half tonight.
Huh.
Newshausen or whatever. They
Yeah, I think we lost today though.
yeah, they did lose to Arkansas, but he came in. It's just weird, bro, to see LSU football struggling like that mentally. I'm not a big
Right.
LSU fan. I don't necessarily have a college football team. I never really have, to be honest with you. But
No, I don't either.
it's just I think college football and NFL this year is just so polarizing. And that's why I really
Right.
keep bringing it up, because you see teams that's not supposed to be winning, and then they lose, and then they win again, and then it's just so weird it's just so hard to pick, and you almost end up sounding like you trying to be pretentious when you try to predict so much, because clearly this ain't the year for all that shit at all.
No,
You know what
man,
I'm saying?
it's not
This
because
is
college football is like really really unfair. Like I
yeah,
got 3 examples, man. LSU can beat Alabama and be top 5, top 4, or
yeah,
they can have seasons where they just keep losing. It's just whatever. The UCF Knights, bro, they went 2
yeah.
years undefeated and they didn't get like a better ranking. And
Nothing.
LSU beat them one game and then they out the picture.
Completely out the picture. It's almost
Completely
like
out the picture.
the national media, or really the AP really was waiting on them to lose, or almost lobbying for it. Like, hurry up and lose so we can stop talking about y'all asses. I think
Right.
the NFL does that to us. Honestly.
Yeah.
I think that bounty game shit.
take the opportunities when you get them. Like these
Thank you,
teams,
brother.
like the teams that play against Alabama, like y'all got to grind it out, man. Like if you want to get the ranking, like they give you an opportunity. Like a team that got blew out today, like by 57 points.
Yeah,
They should have coached better.
They should have coached better. You getting those chances to show the country, what you've been doing at your program. Then you need to show out. And I mean, it just for 9 times out of 10 that shit like that is not happening. That's why these coaches, with shame on some of these teams scheduling some of these lower teams like that to jockey for rankings and shit. It just, that's another weird thing about college football too. Like you can literally go handpick like middle schools and shit to play just to fucking beat somebody. So I mean, it's just weird. Just a very weird year for everybody in the league, man. Everybody in college football, just that's why all you can do is just be a devout fan of your team. Point out the good signs, point out the bad signs, keep it moving, respect your opponent, respect the people you're playing for. I do have a couple people this year I've lost respect for playing my team, and one of them is DK Metcalf. I will never like DK Metcalf ever again.
Same.
I'm just sorry.
That's how I
First
feel.
off, you talk so much shit. You did so much to poke us. You had an 84-yard play and still didn't get over 100 yards in the game. You ain't
That's
shit,
all we
bro.
got.
And
Because
you
after
big
that,
and
Marshawn
tall like
Lattimore
that.
locked him down.
Locked your ass down. And so that's one of them, which I'm not like that. I don't look at teams and, see players on opposing teams and just not like them because they on the other team after the game. But DK Metcalf, that shit left a sour taste in my mouth. And, he added to the list officially. Fuck him. Sorry.
I hate that
Use my language.
pacifier shit that he has.
That pacifier shit, that soap pad haircut he fucking got.
Yeah,
He's
be a
just
man.
a terrible
Be
guy,
paid.
dude. You call
Be a
Shannon
man.
Sharp a little boy? Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, you
That's in the
really
name?
lost your mind. Devin
DK
White
Bitchcow.
is one of them. Thank you. Woo, shout out to Woo. Woo that.
Yeah. Devin
That's
White.
another one.
Yeah, I hope Devin White gets
DK and
injured.
Devin White, he said it numerically too, cuz. You should have put the number 1 and number 2 for me, personally, this year. I do not like DK Metcalf, and I do not like Devin White. It ain't because they played on the other team. It's because of how they act and what they did on the football field that didn't represent being a good football player. But people hype your ass up to be. You did some dirty shit, and then you tried to get away with that shit. And, karma don't sleep. So, yeah, that birthday cake haircut, shot of facts, T-Dirty. Hey, that man haircut looked like one of them soap pads from the dollar store after you just scrubbed the floor with it. And it just all blue and mangled and ugly. That's what the fuck his hair looked like. How you walk on a football field looking like that? Plus, you already wear lime green and blue. Give me a break, yeah. Give me a break.
Jordan called him like I can't remember what he called him. He called him some name.
He called him a lot of shit, actually. He called him like the Smurf King. He called him he called him like Decaf or something like that, which is very funny. He called him man Decaf. You definitely ain't got no juice or no energy. Go ahead, DK Metcalf. Know what I'm saying?
Is that his real name, or is that like initials?
I don't think so.
Hey,
I don't think so.
Hey, y'all, but
we have to look it up though, because I don't know.
Let's get our final thoughts on this, because I want to ask y'all real quick. What is y'all final thoughts on this Titans game for tomorrow? Like, what are y'all final thoughts? What y'all think we need to do? Like I said, some people don't like to predict the score. But to me, if I had to predict the score, I feel like we should be able to pull off this upset. Like I said, we don't have too many weapons to worry about. And I feel like it's going to be a low-scoring game. We might win 17-14 or win like 20-17 or something like that. It's going to be a close game, I feel like. Just because both defense are looking good. And both offense are missing some good key players. But like I said, they do have H.A. Brown, but we do have Marshawn Lattimore. So, I'm going to start with you, Crusher.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Man, honestly, it's just like I said, we both got pretty good defenses. Both very confident teams, no matter what. Both top 10 teams in red zone efficiency. Being ranked 23rd, third down conversion really doesn't sit well with me. We need to keep them drives up, man. Shit. Like I said last night, the Titans are the number 2 team on fourth downs. They got like 71% on fourth downs this year, which speaks a lot of their aggressiveness. They risky, they moxie. Mike Vrabel, a very moxie guy. He's a cocky person, that takes that vibe to his team. So, but at the same time, they don't have I think they got the 24th rushing passing yardage defense. We could take advantage of that because, Taysom gonna be on the field. We're gonna have some wide receivers. They play a lot of zone. I feel like zone is very easily manipulated in the league. Jackrabbit is a man coverage type of person, and they play a lot of zone. They don't play man a lot. So it's definitely some holes on their running defense. It's definitely some holes on their passing defense. But we just need to stay on the field and keep and have just stay on the field, man, and produce. Wide receivers catch the ball. and we just gonna go from there, bro. We really just gonna go from there. Honest to God, Mark Ingram, please get over 100 yards. Bradley Roby, I think gonna be in the slot. Gonna be a slot corner tomorrow. That's just my personal opinion. I think we're gonna see a lot of him in the game in the slot and see if he produce. I think the fact that he was in the AFC South with them, I think that's gonna speak. I think it's gonna lead to a turnover and that. Hey, let's just keep the turnover battle. When we plus one in the turnover battles, no matter who we playing, we 17-1 in the last 2 seasons. Let's just keep that going, brother. But I'm not giving you a score, not saying what's gonna happen. But I guess I'll know at noon tomorrow. But I know no matter what, it's still who that.
Yep.
Yes, sir. What about you, Tyrese?
Oh man, I think we're gonna get in there. I think we're gonna beat them. Beat them convincingly. Beat them good. I know a lot of Saints fans are saying we got to run the ball. We got to run the ball, but it's gonna be the complete opposite. We're gonna throw the ball. We gonna throw the ball. And I trust Trevor Siemian enough to throw the ball. I think these wide receivers are gonna catch fire. I think they're gonna catch. I think they're gonna catch a majority of potential receptions in the game too. Our main goal is the offensive line blocking for Trevor Siemian. Like, no mistakes. Like, the offensive line has to play perfect so Trevor can do what he's got to do. And when it comes to the fourth quarter, because I do expect this game, this game is going to depend on the defense too. The defense, the front four, they're going to have to get to Ryan Tannehill. Because if Ryan Tannehill isn't pressured, he'll find a way. And if there's not good contain on Ryan Tannehill, he'll roll out to the right and he'll bomb that thing. So
yeah, he will.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, he will.
So they gotta keep a man for him too. And who's gonna be in CJ Gardner in CJ's role?
Bradley.
Probably Bradley.
I do believe Bradley Roby is gonna be the slot corner tomorrow.
It's gonna be him. It's gonna be him, or if Ken Crawley comes back, it might be him because you don't want to put PJ Williams in that spot. But PJ Williams better where they've been having him at.
Yeah, let him see the whole field. Kent, I don't think Kent. Maybe so, man. He's been on the team before. He knows the system. Could be.
Right. So Ken is basically just waiting, right? Because he was supposed to be the starter, and I'm pretty sure how he was playing at camp. I think he would have been good enough to. If Ken Crawley was in that game versus the Falcons, I don't think that catch would have
happened, brother. Facts. You ain't lying.
But
he's just very
lastly,
familiar with the system. He's very familiar with players, and bro.
Yeah. Right. And just lastly, and I'll pass it on. Our guys got to have better coverage on the tight ends because these tight ends, somehow, some way, always unaccounted for against the Saints. So we definitely got to cover the tight ends, cover Ryan Tannehill, and we straight because Marshawn is going to lock up AJ because, I won't lie. I've been watching some tape on AJ Brown, and he can be hot and cold sometimes. So, hopefully he shakes.
Definitely. And then before I give it to you, Mr. Ryan, I want to ask y'all a quick question too. I don't know if y'all going to agree, but since the Falcons game was the first game Taysom was back, athlete from having that concussion. So I felt like they took it a little bit easy on him to see how he can do getting back into the rhythm. Which Taysom Hill, looked good on the passing and stuff. So I can see him being a lot more in this game, maybe 30% of the snaps, maybe 20%, compared to Trevor Siemian, doing some run plays, passing plays, to keep him off their feet. But to be honest, I think this is the game where Taysom Hill is going to take over in some of the plays that he gets to play. And the reason why I say that is because the Titans ain't a team that we play every year, like the Falcons and them, to where they can prepare just for Taysom Hill every year. So, the Titans ain't coming in here just to prepare just for Taysom Hill. They know they got to protect the passing game. You got to watch the running game and stuff like that. But they're not looking at the film of Taysom Hill every damn play. So, I think Taysom Hill can have a big game. I think the games that Taysom Hill actually does have big games some of the times is on teams that don't really play against that much, that don't study in them. And the fact that he did that good last year a lot twice against the Falcons, against a team that you play against every year. That's what kind of got me. So I feel like Taysom, if you give him a bunch of touches this game, I feel like he's gonna ball out this game against a team that, like I said, doesn't really watch him that much. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the thing to Mr. Ryan and see what his thoughts is. So what is your thoughts for the game tomorrow?
I really feel like defensively, I think we can stack up against them, especially considering. I mean, especially with Derrick Henry out, and then you got Julio now. So I'm not too concerned defensively. Actually, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but offensively, I think I really trust Trevor Siemian, and I really think people are sleeping on him. I think he's a solid backup. I think in college too, he was in a 2-quarterback system where he was often switched out. So he's used to coming in cold or coming in hot, or even with if they decide to go ahead and use Taysom, like you said, Alan, him being in a bigger role, they could use Taysom as well. But I really think we could catch fire with our receivers, and if we do, I mean, I think we win. I mean, I think it's all up to the offense. I mean, if we can put points on the board or we can move downfield, that's going to be key. That's what I think. So.
Fact.
Yep. I think we just need to close out on offense, like you said. But last thing that we need is our defense to close out the game. We can't let them, if we're in a close game, like you said, it's not a high scoring game, it's a close game. We can't allow no big plays at the end of the game for them to get in field goal range or something like that again. We just need to shut them out the whole game. Basically what we need to happen is a good game all around. We need offense to be clicking all game, not just in the fourth quarter. Keep that game, keep scoring. And also, instead of getting in the red zone, get back to ourselves where we were week 1 through 5, where we were like one of the top teams when we came to the red zone and scoring touchdowns. We need to get back to that. And then, instead of field goals, and then, like I said, the defense, on the other hand, needs to close it out in the first half. Well, in the first 3 quarters, just close them out to where the offense can be clicking and we'll be up so big to where we don't have to worry about no comebacks at all.
Right.
So that's what we really need to.
And I will say this, adding off to what I said, I mean, what gives me like hope and makes me optimistic is 22 points scored in the last quarter we played football.
Thank you.
It's like you can't overlook that. I know that was we went scoreless in the first half of the last game, but I mean, I think that quarter, I mean that really is really has me hopeful. 22 points is a lot.
And it was against the Falcons too. Remember this? What some people would be like, but that was against the Falcons. Yeah, that was against the Falcons. But don't forget that's a rivalry. That's a rivalry team that we play against twice a year, so they should be able to close out the game against us, especially. Yeah. And then second of all, it might be the Falcons defense, but at the same time, did you not see who we had on the field? Yeah. It's the same people that couldn't do nothing earlier, but they came back and fought into it. And that's what you gotta love about the Saints is that we are not a team. We are not a team that where if you go up 20 points, we're gonna give up. We're gonna fight and crawl back into the game. And we're gonna maybe take the lead on you. Yeah, exactly. So that's what you gotta love about them.
And I just bring up another point, man. My phone, y'all, when I'm on the chat, it don't want to charge, so it might hang up because it's on 2%. But I love all of y'all's points. But I want to say this. I forgot to say it a little bit earlier. Ryan Tannehill, he will leak out on you. But one thing that stands out about me this year is that he's thrown 8 interceptions. He's going to give you one. And also, the guy's been sacked 27 times. They've lost 195 yards in sack yardage. So if we don't get on track and get his ass, this going to be the prime example to do it. So we're going to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to see tomorrow.
For sure.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Who that to everybody in the chat. See y'all tomorrow. Let's get this victory, man. I'm going to eat a dub.
Yes, sir. Who that to everybody?
Who that
to everybody? And with that being said, y'all, we was on here with some people probably don't even realize it, But we've been in here for about 2 hours and 40 minutes, almost 3 hours, literally just talking
Appreciate it.
Saints football, talking about strip clubs, talking about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
Booty
Just
cheeks
having
and Troy
fun.
Aikman and all that.
Yep.
All that.
Yeah, talking about everybody. but with that being said, y'all, we're gonna end this podcast. I gotta go get some food, get the bed, get ready for this game. But everybody, y'all need to watch this and please listen to this. Acknowledge them. And also, y'all better acknowledge my boy Paulson Adebo tomorrow. He will sign in 20.
Paulson Adebo will shine in 29.
And last and not least, when people ask me, do y'all think the Saints are gonna lose this weekend?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
Yes, I'm gonna say that. Hell to the damn no. I don't think we're gonna lose tomorrow. But like I said, y'all, thanks everybody for joining in and being on here for 2.5 hours, even more than 2.5 hours, to be honest with y'all. And thanks again, Mr. Crusher, Mr. Saints, well, my boy Tyrese, who left. Miss Anna tried to get on earlier. I see her try to get on. We had Ghostface for the first time being on here, and also Mr. Ryan right here was it was his first time getting on. We said we finally convinced him to come on. And you saw how of a good time it is. It's just fun just talking about Saints football. Just coming on here because we talk from Saints football and then we go to anything just to talk about it. So thank y'all again for everybody that was in here. And there's no
Appreciate
better way to
you coming
end it.
out,
And there's
Who
no
that
better
to you,
way
baby?
to
Thanks for
yes,
having
who that
me.
to you, brother.
Yes, sir.
And there's,
Anytime.
And there's no better way to end the show with the intro. But I gotta tell y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube. And who that to y'all? Saints victory tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure to hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.